motherfuckers. It's the Real Ass Podcast. It's your boy, Louis J. Gomez.
Where's Rattlesnake, Real Ass Dude, Ultimate Minority, Joint Jet of Comedy. I got a lot of names.
International Superstar Zach D'Amico. How you doing, buddy?
He's funny. He's a psycho. He's a real ass dude.
I was double teaming this chick with her husband. Now he's selling coke in heaven.
Are you fucking ready, motherfuckers?
It's the only real podcast left out there.
I ain't gonna eat, I ain't gonna sleep, ain't gonna breathe till I see what I wanna see. And what I wanna see is you go to sleep in the dirt permanently, you just being hurt. This ain't gonna work for me, it just wouldn't be sufficient enough, cause we are just gonna be enemies. As long as we breathe, I don't ever see either of us coming to terms where we can agree.
It's been a long time coming, ladies and gentlemen. Real Ass Podcast Wednesday morning. We ain't fucking around here. It is Tom Meyers Day here on the Real Ass Podcast. This has been, we booked this maybe 2 months ago, and a lot of people have requested this. This has been a long time coming. I don't think I've ever had anybody more requested than this gentleman. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Tom Meyers.
How's it going? Thanks for the invite. Thanks for having me on.
No one's been requested more.
No one.
Wow. Congrats.
No
I
one.
find that hard to
I
believe.
swear to fucking God.
I am probably the least successful person in this room right now.
You are definitely the least successful
Yeah,
person in this room right now. By leaps
use
and
the word
bounds.
probably. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Probably. What are you
Oh,
talking
wait a
about,
minute.
Tom?
No, listen, you guys have been on real TV shows, and y'all
Now you're
are
on Real Ass TV, baby boy.
you're all verified by Twitter and all. You guys are.
Zach's not verified by
I'm
Twitter.
just. Oh, okay. I feel like this is my. I feel like I'm supposed to be stuck in like AAA ball.
No, this is your
This
coming
is the
out
day,
party.
Tom, where you
All right.
hurdle me in the industry.
This is it. It's over. And
Podcasting
hurdling Zach,
is-
it's nearly impossible. You would
it's
need
very
fucking.
I'm hurdling over a guy who's dressed like a bisexual Michael Moore. That's nice.
Oh shit! Tom Meyers bringing the fucking heat.
Boom.
Eat it, Zach.
I'm not going back against fire like that.
Yeah, you can't, dude. Are you kidding me?
Just
Can you
take
give
it.
him a fucking guest attack because he fucking just smashed Zach to his fat face? It was awesome. Shannon. I fucking love it, dude. I like how you also don't even give a shit. You said, I don't even care that Zach's the co-host of the show. I'm going to smash him to his face. I love it, dude. Put the music
You see,
back on.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. I generally hate doing podcasts, but you were just so you asked nicely if I could come
did.
on this podcast. You said, "Hey,
I sent him a dick pic.
would you please get up here, motherfucker?" That's
Yeah.
what you said.
I did.
You said please,
Well,
which
because
is
you
important.
said we talked about doing it because I get so many requests for you. It's fucking crazy.
Right.
A lot of times it was in the beginning. It was just you, different people pretending to be you, saying, "Hey, let me do your podcast, faggot. I want to fight you." And I was like, "This guy's aggressive," and I appreciated it at first.
Right.
I never call people faggots.
Why not?
I call them morons. I
Okay.
call them gomers.
Okay.
Because
I think
the word
Gomer.
the word faggot is too.
Gomer sounds.
It's
Gomer is
overused, I
much
think.
more
Where's the
insulting. I don't know
Gomer?
what Gomer means, but it seems like much more insulting than faggot. What is
it
Gomer?
Gomer Pyle? Like
Gomer.
a goofy guy who's not good at military activities?
Surprise!
That's
I like
just.
that.
It's
wait a
pretty
minute.
much the mentality of most of the people who respond
So that's
to me
what
on
it
Twitter.
means. It means Gomer Pyle.
Right. It's a reference to Gomer.
Gomer. Fuck yeah, dude. We had we compare Harrington to Gomer Pyle all the time, so he's a Gomer. Look, Gomer, and an inept or stupid colleague, especially a trainee or a tranny.
Okay.
So you're anti-trans. You're anti the trans movement.
I'm anti-trainees.
Okay, well.
I'm a Gomer sexual.
Why don't you like podcasts? You said
What's the
you don't
problem with
like 'em.
podcasts?
It's just one of those things where I go on and it's just like a one shot deal, and then they bring me on, and then I get used to
You don't get
to my
invited back.
surroundings.
Yeah, well, that's-
pretty much. Yeah.
Because you're not doing well. That's
I write for a.
Same reason I don't
It's
like
not-
dating women.
it's not the fault of the medium. It's not the medium's fault.
See, I write for a podcast, which I'll go ahead and plug when we do that appropriate segment. And
Wait a
really,
minute, wait a minute.
the only reason that
You write for a podcast.
Why
The only
not?
re-
Hey,
the
I
only
could just
reason
write-
that
maybe
I-
this could be the audition for him to write for this podcast. I would
You know
love
what?
it.
Great.
'Cause I'm kind of
only-
a Gomer. I got to be honest with
I
you.
thought you had writers, Lewis. I thought you had a room.
I do.
they're all in his head.
It's true.
But it's the only reason I think I'm still on this podcast is because like,
We haven't kicked you off after 4 minutes.
Yeah. All right, everybody, see ya.
Wait, why? What do you think?
The reason I'm still on is because we all work from different cities. Like I work from Maryland. Matt,
we
the guy
get
who
the
runs the
rap?
show,
Can we
works
turn the
from.
rap off, please?
No, he's a fucking killer.
No, I understand that, but I mean,
What do you have
there's
against
something about
The whole show is going to be
is
hard
the whole
hip hop.
show just going to have hip hop?
Hard hip hop behind anytime Tom talks.
But it takes away from him.
What do you
Fine.
have against rap music?
Yeah, what do you have
racist?
against rap?
Because black people do it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only thing.
Yeah,
I just want more whites.
I agree.
in it.
Eminem's the best at it though. This is an Eminem song, so.
Right.
And you
Yeah.
love Eminem's.
I want to hear it. I do. I do like an Eminem.
I was actually
Peanut
trying
Butter
to
Cup is better.
pay an homage to you, Tim Dillon. I also recently learned the entirety of Rap God by Eminem.
Okay.
Because I was supposed to challenge.
I just want to hear. I want to hear
Silver.
Tom without
hip hop music behind
without
him.
a super successful person.
Let me see if he's as hardcore though without the hip hop
Okay,
music.
that's
I
true.
feel
Let's
like
give
it's
it a
gonna.
shot.
It's not as. It's so if you ever listen to like a fucking movie soundtrack without
Yeah.
like the sound effects and all
Okay,
like the crazy
we
shit.
might need it. You're
All
right.
Tom, go. What were you saying?
I was saying that the reason I'm still on
Put
this
it back.
podcast-
I apologize. Put it back and turn it up. Turn it up. I was wrong.
Yeah, boy.
There we go. No, don't really. All right, take it off, Shannon. Good.
It's like getting a lecture and there's like an MMA class right
Yeah.
next door.
So you're saying the people on the internet, you call them gomers?
Right. Well, only the stupid ones. Which, being the internet, is
There's a lot
most
of them.
of
Do you deal with a lot of trolling, right?
Well, I think part of it's my fault because I kind of invite it.
Right.
I think just
How do you-
because I think it's just my personality. My personality is that of a troll, and that it attracts.
I think
other
everyone's a troll.
trolls.
I think if you've ever gone
Right.
online and been like, "Oh, this week's episode of Game of Thrones sucks," it's the same shit. Somebody
Right.
wrote that episode. There's a fucking lighting guy that you're trashing his job. So that's sort of everybody. So I understand what you're saying. I want to look. We got to get into this. It's gonna be a great show today, and we obviously. We have to respond to the shots fired across the bow by CumTown for the past 2 or 3 years. I don't even know.
I don't really know. I'm not. Too
I don't know what happened
familiar.
either. All I
Yeah.
know is that I think they've gone after our boy Tommy here, and
They've maligned him.
I don't even like those guys.
They've maligned him.
They were supposed to be on Skankfest. They pulled out of Skankfest,
Right.
Fucking last minute, almost
Well, they
no
have
notice.
a tour in Canada.
They got a Canadian. That's fine,
I'm
but
just
who
saying.
fucking cares about Canada, right?
Okay.
It's sort of the worst
They
country.
pay. Canada
Everyone knows
pays.
that. Okay,
Donald Trump says so it has to be true.
Fuck yeah, Tom. Hell yeah, dude. So, we gotta go. We gotta figure out what happened there, and you gotta go back because this is your opportunity. This is gonna be now. Look, we are maybe 1/8 the size of CumTown in the Real Ass Podcast.
Right.
This isn't Legion of Skanks.
We're
okay?
actually 15 times the size of CumTown if you include me and Zach.
That's actually true.
Actually,
But this is the biggest platform you'll probably ever be on, Tom. So this is your opportunity to really fucking give it to him, and I like that. So we're going to get into that today on the show. A lot of other things to talk about via the news and social issues. Tim Dillon, my brother, is here. How long are you in town for until you're out in LA
June
for good?
1st.
Done. You're done in 2
Done.
weeks.
But I'll be back a lot. 'cause
I
I'm
know you're going to
keeping
do
my
that shit. You're
apartment,
going to
but-
be telling everyone in LA, I got to go out to New York.
Yeah. Well, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
New York is a city for the poor and the ugly.
Yeah. Well,
We're
no,
gonna be here for the rest of our lives, Louis.
Reality.
Have you been to Baltimore?
Well, no, Baltimore's a city for the damned. I mean, that's
Yeah, Baltimore, I believe, was on a list as one of the ugliest cities in the world. Tom,
great
you-
crab
and that's
cakes,
just a- and that's
great
just-
crab dip, crab cakes.
Tom, you're one of the most handsome
Great
people I've
heroin.
ever seen from Baltimore. You're
Yeah,
actually
Tom, you were the top 10% of people in Baltimore in terms of looks.
Tom's a Baltimore 9.
Which is that's
Tom
that's
looks like
bad.
a twink. He looks like a Make-A-Wish kid who never died. Like a kid who
just
just
got
hung
older, like
on. He
what?
just hung on.
Wasn't this kid supposed to be dead years ago? I
Yeah.
donated $50 to his GoFundMe.
He just somehow made it.
Tim, did I tell you that I?
This was my
don't-
Make-A-Wish when I was 15 to be on this podcast.
Well,
actually.
thank you
That's the
very
reason
much.
why
I'm glad
on
we
here.
can actually do something
you.
for somebody
Yeah.
at one point. There was a child that I donated money to, and I
Yeah.
felt bad.
James.
And then the mom, this kid's dying of some disease, and
Yeah.
the mom kept on emailing me, being like,
Oh, you
"Hey,"
told me this.
But then,
What did you decide to do?
Well, I ended up blocking her.
Yeah, of course.
'Cause
I
I
told
didn't
you
realize
to.
that she would.
Yeah.
She didn't know. But then they started hitting me up through the actual thing. So now I just unsubscribed from it.
Yeah.
So now, if they figure out another way to hit me up, I'm going to be wishing death upon this child.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah, I mean, at one point, I can't deal with it anymore.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not my
too
problem.
much.
you know?
I've strongly come out against GoFundMe.
Yeah, you can't do it. You can't donate.
And it's not like there's a way to find you or anything.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Let's get them plugs out of the way.
Yeah.
And we're going to really crush this show today. Tim Dillon, what do you have to plug, my friend?
Laugh Boston this weekend. Tim Dillon's Going to Hell podcast, timdilloncomedy.com, all the
Crushing
live
it.
dates there. Mohegan Sun, Skankfest, American Comedy Co. in San Diego, blah, blah, blah. But just Tim Dillon's Going to Hell, subscribe to that.
Hanging
like
out in
it.
Joe Rogan's flotation tank.
Yeah, the sensory deprivation tank, hopefully.
Going on a hike.
Hopefully soon.
Maybe.
I'm going to, in 6 months, my goal in LA is to lose 50 pounds, have an audience, and no longer be funny. And that's what
it's going to happen. Guaranteed. Nearly goddamn guaranteed.
It's not all it's cracked up to be.
I'll
Trust
do
me.
it. Yeah.
Tom Myers, what do you got to plug, my brother?
My website, tommyers.us, TOMMYERS.us.
TomMyers.us.
My Instagram, YouTube channel, Facebook, and Twitter links are all on there. You can also check out Politipod, which is a podcast I write and perform a series of one-liners and sketches. New episode comes out next week. IPMNation.com/live2. Wednesdays at 9.
A lot of
Eastern
difficult
time.
URLs, Tom.
You're all over the place.
Yeah, these URLs are fucking crazy, doggy. What happened to TomMyers.com? Somebody else has that? What does that guy do?
I think it's just like a Japanese merchandise site or something.
You should just send people there.
You should probably get involved with them.
That's fucking great. Sound like I have a fucking
sound
solid
like
website.
They do.
Great.
They do have more hits than me, which is
Guaranteed.
It's sad.
Guaranteed.
It is the saddest thing ever.
Zach Amico. There we go. Look, TomMyers.com is for sale. $1,485, Tom.
All right.
Or $99 a month.
$99 a month. You can own that right now,
It's
Tom.
a bit high.
$99 a month is not
99
bad.
a month.
$99 a month.
Great.
It's not
So
bad. TomMyers.com,
all I
$99.
need is to raise $1,484.50 more,
Go
and I
fund
can
me.
buy that site.
Go fund me.
Tom, so you have 50 cents, you're saying. Fuck yeah. So
Don't do math jokes for Lewis.
Zach, no, dude, I can do math. Fuck off, dude. That was a fucking test, and Tom's testing me because he's a fucking alpha in the room, and I understand that. And it's all good. I like being tested. Test me anytime, math-wise. Go ahead, throw it out there, Tom. Throughout the show, if you want to throw me any math
6
problems.
times 7.
36 plus 7 is 43.
40. Is
Yes,
it 43?
you got
I
it.
think it's 42.
Nope.
You got it.
6 times 7, I think, is 42.
Nope.
He got it.
Okay.
Thanks, Tom.
Maybe he is right. I don't know. I don't like math either.
Thanks.
I can't tell you if you're right. I'm just very confident.
Zach, what do you got to plug, my brother?
Twitter and Instagram, Zach is not funny. And check out my other show here on the network, Zach Amico's Midnight Spook Show, every Friday at midnight. Comics sitting down and bullshitting while we watch a horror movie.
Hell yeah. Louis J. Gomez presents Louis J. Gomez, the last comedy special ever. Fucking DePaulo could have done it if he didn't go and fucking flip off Mumia Mumbu Bajal.
Well, he did it. I mean, he's getting a lot of views.
Dude, whatever, man. I don't respect that, dude. You disrespect the Black Lives Matter
They
activists.
demonetized. He didn't know.
What are you going to do?
He
It's
had
over.
no idea.
He went too far. I say he went too far. Okay, so that's why you should buy Louis
They
J. Gomez.
demonetized.
You know who
his
didn't go
thing
too
on
far?
YouTube.
You know who went just far enough?
Yeah.
Louis J. Gomez. Louis J. Gomez presents LouisJGomez.com.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. It's a good point.
What am I going to do?
Yeah.
Skankfest is sold out. You can go to infinitecbd.com/Skankfest to try to win tickets. That's the only way you can get tickets. Well, you know what? I'm going to give Tom Myers a pair of fucking Skankfest tickets.
Well,
to
he's
give out.
coming, right? Isn't he? He's on the.
I need a napkin.
I'm checking IDs at Skankfest.
Tom, would you
actually.
do Skankfest? I saw you also submitted a good 13 or 14 times.
Yeah.
Did you submit more than once?
Yeah, he did submit like 14 or 15 times, maybe.
I appreciate that.
Only about 11 or 12.
Did you really submit? So wait a minute. Do you just email again with this?
It's over and over again. Different videos.
Different videos.
Sometimes complimentary. Sometimes
Really?
different email addresses.
I respect that.
For everybody who says it's me submitting for Skankfest, I give them a free CD.
Oh.
So I'm
Oh,
good
so
like
you have
that.
other people doing the work for you. You're like the
Yeah.
Jokers, like people in
I
clown faces.
have-
I like this.
I have minions.
Very
Okay.
nice. So yeah, 14 or 15 submissions. So you really want to do Skankfest? Would you come and do it? Because now that CumTown's not there, I feel like now we don't have to worry about the weird tension. You don't want to book people that have
Yeah, I don't
a
want to
thing.
see you and Adam Friedland fight.
Yes.
I don't want to see that.
And I know
Or
what
do
you- I know what
to
you're
be
thinking
honest,
right now,
Do
Tom.
I?
You don't want to see me cowering in a corner crying because
If
Adam
Adam
Friedland's about to beat me
Friedland
up.
makes you cower, in a
Tom,
corner,
I know what you're thinking right now.
He's
Who's
just a
Adam
beautiful
Friedland?
boy.
He's one of the members of CumTown.
He is.
Okay.
He's
is.
the female. He's the only female on
One of the
there.
members of what?
He's very tiny. CumTown.
Yeah.
Do you not say? You don't even acknowledge CumTown.
One of the members of what?
He doesn't even acknowledge them.
That's cool. That was
That was bad.
badass.
That was bad. That was
didn't-
not badass. That was just
No, it's
bad. That
bad.
was
I
an
like
old
it. Like
joke.
bad, like Michael Jackson, like that song. I
What-
dig it.
No,
what
like
was
bad
the-
isn't an overtime.
What is
It's
the
an
start
overused.
of this war, Tom? Because I
What
don't really
happened?
know.
Why don't what did?
Lewis is a peaceful man. Lewis doesn't really get involved in drama.
I don't like drama.
So
I'm not into that. So
for
why would
us, it's like we don't
all
even
those
know.
all those videos of him getting into fights are just Louis J. Gomez impersonators.
those
damn it.
people? Those
Sponsored
people
events,
were
and they're
disrespecting
choreographed.
you, and actually, I got your back.
His
All of those
MMA
people.
fight he did was choreographed. It was like a dance. It
Yeah.
was pretty. I saw them.
We're
do
trying
it.
to do like a new age
That's right.
West Side Story.
Yeah, it was dance fighting.
Yeah.
So what happened with
What's the beginning of the
what's the genesis,
beef?
the origin story?
I think. Yeah, I see. I don't even know because I'm so selfish that I just focus on myself, and
That's
I
good.
honestly don't give a rat's ass about other
take it back
podcasts or
and
other
talk.
performance. But
There's got to be a beginning to this. What was the very first time where you were like, Nick Mullen has it out for me? What was it?
I don't necessarily think he has it out for me. I recalled meeting him. God, this is years ago. We were both doing comedy in D.C. At that time, I was
Washington.
Washington. Well, the Baltimore, Washington area.
Got it.
The circuit.
Yep. Which I think Baltimore and Washington together, I think, is dwarfed by the New York comedy scene.
Yeah, I
pretty
would
much,
think,
just
I would
because
actually
it's-
I would
yeah.
agree with you and say that New York
It's
is
dwarfed by
actually a bigger and more vibrant scene than Baltimore.
The greater
It is
Washington,
dwarfed.
D.C.
Correct.
comedy.
It is dwarfed by the Punxsutawney comedy scene. That's how small it is.
Oh, shit.
Dropping truth bombs.
Okay, so you and
Minus
Nick,
the truth.
you and Nick are both killers on the scene, coming up, getting some.
Well,
attention.
I was already a touring road comic at
You
the
were
time.
already out there. So Nick was a young buck coming up. You were already fucking headlining, crushing it, doing your thing.
Oh,
Nick
yeah.
comes
Were you
up and
touring,
HBO, BET, Showtime, all that good
were
stuff.
you touring? Was it regional or was it like were you all over? Where were you touring?
Up and down the East Coast at that time. I think I'd already performed in like a dozen states
Okay.
at that point.
okay.
So I was getting not regular work, but just enough that I was able to be a reasonably established comic at that point.
So you're established. Here comes Nick Mullen. Lazy, right? What are your first impressions of him? Give me some first impressions.
Pretty much
Getting by on his looks.
Yeah.
Now that's funny.
Yeah.
But no.
First thing you see this guy come in. Is he Jack Diesel at the time? Because he's all fucking Jack now, doggy. Does that intimidate you? It does, right?
No, it's just nobody in the DC comedy community at that time really thought he was anything good at that time. In fact, they still don't.
Shit!
They still don't. He
still
literally
don't.
only
They
has.
still don't. They still don't.
Wow.
Like there are probably still there are more.
Are any of them?
There are
any
more
of them
people-
curious about
there are
like
more-
the $80,000 a month he makes.
There are more.
What's that?
There are more people in the studio at CumTown than there are DC comics who like Nick Mullen.
Oh,
So
so that's 3. So
Oh shit! So you're saying in DC he's known as a fucking
right.
piece of shit?
I think he was in Austin, Texas for a little bit.
Okay,
and
we know.
I think even he got run out. And Austin's a pretty chill, pretty laid back city.
Wow.
I mean, you have to be a big douchebag if even the people of Austin say, fuck off.
yeah.
Wow.
So he was run out of DC and then Austin,
Right.
He gets run out of DC. Then he went
and
to
then
Austin.
his punishment was to live in New York. This hell.
Yeah.
Hey, if Nick DiPaolo says New York's hell, then it has to be hell.
I don't think Nick means that.
Yeah.
No.
Nick DiPaolo. I think
He's just kidding.
he's just joking.
So okay. So
I
you're
think he doesn't like.
Flipping off Black Lives Matter people, talking about how New York is a hell. It's all an act.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you see this kid Nick Mullen. You're a fucking. You're
You're
it's
an
almost-
established road
You're
guy.
established.
And you have this young guy, and you're like, do you guys, or do you take on a mentorship role? Do you see him as like a little brother?
Because
Is there
nobody else
any-
likes
Not
him. People
really.
are probably
I've never-
in your ear being like, "Dude, don't even hang out with this guy. This
So
guy's a
you're-
scrub."
there's nothing about him. You don't ever look at his act and say, "Let me help you. Let me give you a tag. Let me."
No, like any typical comic, I am selfish and only think of myself. So
Okay.
that's
Well, in New York,
that's
there
my
is
problem.
people try to help each other. People try to mentor each other.
Yeah, but
Okay,
that's why you're leaving. Those are losers, Tim.
I agree.
Yeah, you don't
I
want to
agree.
fucking.
That's why I haven't left Maryland.
But I
That's
mean
why.
this: if anybody comes up to me and they want to help me,
Yeah.
I don't believe it. Okay, there's
I
this whole concept of being a good.
I've tried to
person.
offer Adam Friedland help a lot. I've said, come to my apartment right at night.
Yeah.
Right late at night.
Go to sleep.
Let's do exercises together
Yeah.
to get all of it. And
Do Pilates.
Again, nothing. So
You know,
I
would
get
probably
it.
get Adam Friedland.
Yeah.
If you fucked Tom Meyers in the gas digital bathroom, it would probably make him. That's the ultimate alpha move. If you want to fucking.
That is let me tell you right now. An alpha move is to have sex with me in the gas digital bathroom to make Adam Friedland jealous.
How fucking funny would that be?
You got to buy me a drink first before you do that.
What do you
and I'm a recovering alcoholic, so
Oh, boy. Okay.
ain't no way that's
Oh,
happening.
you're a recovering alcoholic?
Yep, 7.5 years.
7.5 years. I tried to get
Congratulations.
you high before the show, and I asked you, I was like, do you smoke? And what was your response to me? You said I smoke a cigar once or twice a year.
Okay.
Right.
To celebrate. Celebration.
What is that? Is that the Stav
Is
laugh?
that the Stavros laugh?
Come on.
Come on.
Come on now.
So
No,
you and Nick,
I quit smoking when I was 22. Quit drinking when I was 28,
congrats.
and
How old are you now? 50?
72,
Healthy.
36.
So do you and Nick ever have any kind of friendship?
Not really. No.
Okay.
You don't know this guy. You're.
I mean, I know him. In fact, I recorded a CD in Maryland years ago.
What was
he was
that
on
called?
the that was, I don't remember.
like
I think
an
I've
album?
actually blocked it out of my mind.
You don't
You don't
remember
remember the
name
name
of
of
your
your
album?
I think it was.
you don't want people to find it. That's what it is.
That's okay.
It's
I've
your
sold
first-
enough copies.
I've done a lot of things I'm ashamed of. Sesame Street, I'm kidding. I'm not ashamed. It's on
He loves
YouTube.
it.
It's on YouTube. I produced a polka with Snuffleupagus. What
And Megan McCain.
and Megan McCain, yeah, I know.
That's killing it.
It is a good one.
So, but I'm recording this CD, and Nick Mullen is one of the comics on the bill.
Words of Mass Destruction.
Was that it?
Not that one. It was pitchforks, torches, and other.
At least you
random
used a really
thoughts was
high
the
quality
name of the-
photo
Wait a
for
minute.
that.
Right.
For that.
Pitchforks, torches. Hold on. What
Pitchforks,
was it?
torches, and other random thoughts is the name of
Pitchforks, torches, and other random thoughts.
the. Right.
Wild. Okay.
I like it. All right, so you record this CD.
I record the CD, and Nick Mullen is one of the comics on the bill for the show.
Okay, all right, so he's opening up for you. This guy is your opener.
No, he's one of the comics who.
Well, you're
goes
closing
up
the show.
before- He's,
So
he's
you-
one of
you
the
could have
comics who
gotten
goes
him-
up.
So, but you had no problem with him being on the show. I mean, it's your album recording.
Well, the show wasn't booked by me.
Gotcha.
It wasn't arranged
Gotcha.
by me. It was arranged by someone else. So I just went ahead and performed.
And
and
was it
recorded.
DC? You're doing this in Maryland?
In Maryland,
And you're doing an hour, and everyone else is doing like showcase sets.
pretty much.
Okay.
So Nick is your opener. For all intents and purposes, Nick's your opener.
One of them.
Nice, dude.
So Nick, okay. So were you not a fan of his set, or were you like, it's okay?
Well, he comes up to me.
You
during,
had to.
He comes up to me during as I'm getting ready to do my set, because you've recorded a special and you're doing whatever you got to do to go ahead and make sure the set comes out right. You're
I mean,
doing
I
everything
would have
in your
never.
head.
I would have never let somebody with a reputation like Nick Mullen at the time open up for me. He's
Yeah.
been run out of Austin.
Louis Farrakhan opened for Louis. They just wanted to. They just wanted,
I had the
He had a
crying
better-
Nazi.
Yo,
The crying Nazi did a tight 15.
He had a better 15 than Nick Mullen, the crying Nazi.
Yeah, man. Ease up. Ease up.
shots fired.
Shots fucking fired. So, Tommy, he opens up for you. What happens? Take us back here.
What venue is it in? We're all trying to picture this.
The venue is called Sean Boland's. It's an Irish pub. They do live shows there every once in a while.
Sounds
And
magical.
it was
Sounds like the best place to record it.
Sounds
Robin
great.
Williams did an album.
Sounds like a fun.
you go there, you get drunk, and
What's it called? Sean
I sound funny.
Boland's?
Sean Boland's.
Live at Sean Boland's.
Listen, I'm embracing my Irish ancestry by
Nothing
doing
wrong
that.
with
so-
that.
is
Go
this?
see the Ferryman.
DC
9
or,
Terminal.
Baltimore?
It's in Bel Air, Maryland, not too far from where
Bel Air, Maryland.
Bel Air, Maryland. Sean Boland's in Bel Air, Maryland.
Bel Air, Maryland. It's
Okay.
it's produced some great.
I love
folks.
that Maryland just steals the name of other nicer places. Like, come down to Malibu, Maryland.
Yes.
Bel Air, Maryland.
There's a town.
There's no Bel Air, Maryland.
Not on fire in 3 weeks.
Nightmare.
There's a California, Maryland. Also,
sure
it's in the
there
southern
is.
part of the state, and
Fucking
it's,
shysters.
it's also-
Maryland's a bunch of shady
just
motherfuckers.
takes-
I
yeah.
appreciate it, though.
I
I give
appreciate
them a little
it,
bit of
too.
respect.
Yeah.
it's also a shithole. So
Yeah.
But
so you're at Sean Boland's, this packed out fucking place.
And Nick comes up to me and asks if he wants to get a drink and asks if I can put it on my comics tab.
And this is what year?
2013, I think. Okay. So this is, I think he had just come back from Austin.
6 years ago, just come back from Austin. He's
Right.
like, hey, can I get a drink? Can you buy me a drink?
Right.
Essentially, buy me a drink.
Right. And I essentially
And
tell
you're like,
him,
I'm not a fag.
I essentially
First
tell
thing you
him,
said was, I'm not a fag, so I'm not buying another man a drink, right?
it's like you're in the room.
I know.
Louis. It's like
I know
you're
what's
in the
going
room.
on in
You
your head,
know
Dougie.
what's...
We're the same guy. I get it. Mm-hmm. So what happens?
I tell him, I basically tell him no, and I don't have a comics tab, just because it's not exactly, Sean Boland's isn't exactly a high class. It's not a high class joint. It's not a real comedy club.
Wait a minute.
Bel Air,
Are
Maryland.
you telling me that Sean Boland's?
Yeah, imagine
Bel Air,
that.
Maryland is not exactly,
Oh,
in your
fuck
words,
no.
a high class
Oh,
establishment?
fuck no. I mean, look at
Why
that.
did you decide to record an album at Sean Boland's?
Ambiance.
Ambiance, just despair, lost hopes and dreams. Nobody ever goes there, has anything to celebrate.
What was the idea? Because you're established at this point. You're like, is it almost like the way that Dice did his album at like, it was like an empty Dangerfield?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Was that what was going on?
It's exactly the way Dice did it.
Are you a character? You're not like, are you not this badass of a dude? It's like a character you're putting. Are you like really like a nerd on the inside, and you fucking are pretending to be this fucking hardcore motherfucker?
I'm just a person where I just hate people in general.
Okay, I like
so
it.
of
It's
course
hardcore,
I
I
have
dig
the of course I have a job where I talk in front of groups of people. So that's,
What is that?
What do you do?
Don't you get a drop for that? Don't you get your
No,
No,
it was
that's
too
our
good.
job.
It was too good.
We don't pour out things. So is this where it started? Nick says, "Buy me a drink." You said, "I don't have a comic
I don't have
tab."
a comic
Is
tab.
this
I don't
where
have-
it starts?
I don't have a comic
Like,
tab.
how about you blow?
This
You
isn't
pull
the
this dick
DC
out. And he's like,
Why
you know
don't
what to do.
Suck my
This
dick?
isn't the DC Improv.
Right.
No, it's not. This is Sean Boland's.
So you pull out your cock. You're like, start sucking, bitch. And what does he do? Does he
it's
suck
like
it?
It's like you were in the room.
No, what'd you really
And he
do?
just goes off on me and says, "Yes, you do. You have a comics tab," and he just literally starts cursing me out. And
Now let's
in
be
this
honest.
back
This is
room,
just
yeah.
between us. Did you have a comics tab?
And be honest.
No, I didn't.
Really?
I did not.
Sean-
Do me a favor. Stop recording for a second.
Sean, can we call Sean Boland?
Stop recording for a second.
Boland.
We're not recording right now. Did you have a comics tab?
No.
All right, start recording again. I believe you. I believe you. So he starts yelling at you, and at this point, what do? Do you have him ejected? You're the headliner. If my opener starts screaming in my face,
Right.
okay, I would say, hey, you
My
have to
opener
go.
is fiending for some booze.
Yeah, obviously on
Right.
fucking blow.
Right.
Coked out of his fucking mind.
So
steroids likely.
Yeah.
That's someone that his mom probably bought for him.
Oh shit.
Whoa! Where would she know how to get steroids, though? Let's be honest. Moms don't know where to get steroids.
Yeah.
I think he just works out. I don't think he does, but I don't know.
You brought his mom into it too. That's fucking. You don't like
That's
this guy.
wild.
That's some crazy shit. Right
I
there.
don't do steroids. I want to clear that up because I am accused of all manner.
Wait till the HIV really takes over. You're gonna need them.
I have defeated the HIV.
Oh, cheers.
The doctors will be like, the HIV has left the body. So, Tom, we're at Sean Boland's. We're in Bel Air, Maryland. Nick Mullen has asked you to buy him a drink.
6
You've
years
declined,
ago,
as is your
and this
right.
is also 6 years ago. This is before Nick Mullen
This
really
is
had anything
2013.
going on. Nothing going on.
He's a young guy. He looks
So
at
yesterday.
you, looks up to you. Maybe he says, you're,
Likely looks up to you. You're
likely,
you're the
recording an
local
album
guy.
at Sean Boland's. At that point, you say no, and you guys get into an argument. And is that it? Does he leave? Is that how you leave it?
I literally tell him to fuck off because, like I said, you've recorded a special before, and you want to focus. You want to make sure everything is going right. Of
course.
And I'm thinking to myself, I don't
can't
need
deal
this
with the
bullshit.
drama.
I don't need this bullshit.
You don't need it. You just want to go up there. How long are you doing?
I think it
45?
was-
Well, I mean, he's
there's
concerned
a Yankees game on at the bar.
There's 3 other bar fights.
You're gonna deal with fucking all you
Sean
can eat wings
Boland's.
from 7 to 8 p.m.
Right.
I
You were
understand.
probably
Arguing
working
with the
there,
lighting, too.
So you got to do a special. You're also bar backing. It's very difficult.
I'm trying to
get
do like
all of
15
those
different
things
jobs
done.
here.
Yeah, of course. How did the set go?
Went great.
Great.
But was Nick gone? Did you kick him out, or you said fuck off, and then he just watched and crossed his arms
And pouted.
and pouted?
Yep.
Wow. And this is where the seed was planted. In this moment, This is where the seed was
This
planted.
is the origin story. This is the Marvel movie.
This is where
Yeah.
Nick Mullen,
He has it out for you.
this is like, Batman's parents being killed. You killed Nick Mullen's parents, proverbially.
Proverbially.
You said it right.
You said it right.
I got it.
You got it. Yeah.
It took a lot of energy. Like, I feel weak.
Yeah.
You are a lot smarter than me.
Thank
Louis.
you. I appreciate that.
You are better at math than me. You are better at speaking than me.
Motherfucker,
You've got-
Real ass dude of the week. Fucking Tom Myers. Give it to
Myers.
him. Fuck it. What am I going to do?
He's good. Yeah.
He's a real life dude. He's got bad attitude.
He recorded his album with Sean Bollins in Bel Air, Maryland.
Because none of that's true. You're smarter than me. You're funnier than me. You're stronger than me. But you will say that to me because that's some real alpha shit.
Yeah.
You'll just fucking say it. So
Because he doesn't have anything to prove.
Nothing to prove. It's a shark amongst
I just don't
guppies.
have anything.
So
I'll be
did
honest
you ever
with
see him again after that moment, or was it just that was it? So did you see him? Like, did you see him in the scene? I guess you would
No.
see you bump into each other.
No.
So then
Never it's. You
never
never
again.
saw him again.
Well, he's up in New York, and
Correct.
I'm in Baltimore.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I
So,
mean, you're
it's-
everywhere. You're headlining. You're on the road. It's a little different.
I'm on the road.
Well, there's two different lifestyles. You could be a fucking
I'm
road
on the
dog
road.
like Tommy,
Right.
or you could be a fucking New
But
York
I'm not-
open micer.
Whatever.
Like the CumTown boys.
I'm not headlining.
You're not headlining.
No.
What happened? You just said you take a back seat, let the Young Bucks get a little bit of the meat.
I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm not really traveling or performing live or doing anything like that at the moment. I'm focusing on the podcast. I'm focusing on Politipod.
Because politics is where it's at right now. Everybody is making a lot of money.
true. We don't
talking
talk
about
politics on the show.
We don't really talk politics, and this is not an invitation to start.
No, here's the problem, though. Can I tell you, Tim?
Yeah.
We do a segment on the show where I give him the show for a minute. We treat it like his show.
Oh, okay.
But we don't talk politics. But we have to be the guests. But we'll figure that out.
Now, how long have you been doing the Politipod?
The first episode went out in January of 2016, so just in time for time for the
exactly
election.
37 months after Nick Mullen fucking got into your
Head.
psyche.
36 and a half,
Do you
give or
think
take. But again,
who-
you are great at math
Who
and figuring
won
out.
that exchange? Because you said "suck my dick." He said, "What the fuck do you?" Because I hear it and I think that Nick looks bad there. Nick's asking for a free drink, then getting mad that you're not just buying him a drink, and you say, "Yeah, dude, suck my dick. You're opening for me right now. I'm headlining my album taping." I feel like Nick looks bad here.
Well, he's in New York now, doing all sorts of big thing, and so
Are you
he's
doing a football thing there? What was that?
That was like a Southern Baptist when you testify.
Okay.
he's
he was Heiling
in
Hitler
New
twice.
York now, coming
was-
down to that.
He was double heiling Hitler.
Wait a minute. He just did a,
The one cancels out the
did a
other.
black
The one
sound.
Heil Hitler cancels out
Tom,
the
you
other.
did a black scent.
There's only one reason they put their hands up like
Tom,
that.
this is a woke show, and you just did a black scent. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's not cool, Tom. Not cool. But all right, so what? You do your album. He
I'd
moved to New York.
say it ended up being a draw.
It was a draw there,
Yeah.
okay. But
Yeah.
Nick Mullen obviously harbors resentment because years later he goes on a podcast. What's the next moment that you heard about Nick Mullen or that you were drawn to Nick Mullen's life? Was it the podcast? He started talking shit on you? What was that?
Probably. Again,
it.
he's not on the list of things that I worry about. He's probably like below the trash service that I pick out. Like below which trash service?
Wait a minute. Why do you worry about the trash service?
And why
I
do you-
don't.
Why do you have you have private
I
trash
don't.
collection?
How does this work?
You have private trash collection. This nigga's fucking crushing it.
It's crazy.
I gotta use
That's the name of his next album. He's doing it. Sean Bollins.
This
Tom
nigga's
Myers.
crushing
This
it.
nigga's crushing
But
it.
This nigga's crushing it.
when they, I think they joke around maybe about you. Is it? Do you ever say to yourself, "We're comics"? People say bad things about me all the time
Right.
that aren't true. People say that I'm loud, that I'm fat. There's all kinds of lies out there.
Tom, can you do me for something moving away from Tim slowly? I see he's making you uncomfortable. Just he's going out of frame slowly. Are you watching this?
Excuse me.
But
crazy.
do you ever just go, it's probably just people having fun, and maybe it's not,
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I just don't really think about it that often.
Interesting.
I don't.
Okay.
That doesn't really concern me.
Some of their criticisms, I think, are the names of the things. Like one of the albums you have is called Make America Innate Again.
Right.
Now that name, and this is, and I've never heard the album, it could be very funny, but the name, and we can all agree, is retarded. Like the name Make America Innate Again is just it's an unfortunately named thing.
Well, it's a comedy CD, so it's not supposed to be something serious, though.
No, of course. Now, I've done things I regret, a lot of them. And I've named, but the name is a little. The name itself is just a little. Like if you look back at that, would you've named it something else? Because just the name itself, it doesn't roll. It doesn't roll off the tongue.
It also doesn't matter.
You know
the
what
way
I
it
mean?
works on iTunes, this is really true. You can rename the album right now.
It doesn't
Like
roll
that.
off the tongue. Make America Innate again. It's an odd coupling of words.
And so
Well, the original name of the album.
what about
was-
something that rhymes with that? Like maybe
Hold on,
Make
let's
America Great Again. Something like that.
Right.
That would work, right?
I
That
don't
would
think
be-
that's been used.
Right. Yeah.
Again, you are so much smarter than me.
Really
Lewis.
good.
You are.
Do
are
you
so much
not-
Are
smarter.
you being sarcastic? When
Do you
say
not
that?
like President
I am
Trump?
absolutely not being sarcastic, Lewis.
Don't you think audiences want us to support the president?
Well, here's the thing: the original name of the album was supposed to be
This
"Sit
nigga's
Down."
crushing it.
It was that, and then the another name was supposed to be "Sit Down and Shut Up, You Morons." But
That's hostile.
Some people thought that was a bit harsh.
Now,
telling someone to sit down.
I mean,
is
it's
a
also
bit
the
much.
only way you can get people to pay attention to
The
Sean
name of the
Boylan's-
album was "Sit Down and Shut Up, You Morons," and then you said, "Let's scrap that and go with Make
Because-
America Innate again."
Because telling someone to sit down, I feel, is crossing some kind of
Get
line.
in the gas
aren't
chamber,
they-
kikes.
Here's a question:
What's my
aren't
debut
they
album?
already sitting if they're at the show?
That's true. Well, not. It's a bar show.
So
They only have a
what's
dozen
it called?
seats.
Sean. I just
Sean-
put it out of my name. What's
Sean
it called?
Bowman's?
Sean Bolins.
Bolins.
The Make America Innate Again, though, was recorded at the
What does that
Haverty
mean?
Grace.
Tell us what it means.
It was recorded at the Haverty Grace Opera House.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So I stepped up a little bit from the
Well,
Irish
that's
pub.
very good.
Okay, so that's a little bit better.
How many seats are in there?
A lot more than at Sean Boland's.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
there's
was
seats.
the crowd better, or were they a little stuffy? It seems like maybe they're a little stuffy. The Opera House.
No, I mean
Okay.
the crowd was good. You know, the audio quality came out great, and people seemed to love it.
How many
Otherwise,
albums
wouldn't
do you
keep-
have?
they
You're
wouldn't keep
prolific.
buying
You
it.
have like a lot of albums.
I have 4.
Okay.
That's a
One
lot.
of them, the first one, was a mixture of live and studio stuff. This is from clips from my old college radio show. The second one, the Pitchforks one, was all live. The third one was clips from a podcast I did.
You
Okay,
can't
so-
do that.
wait a
You
minute.
can't
And
clip in podcasts into your fucking albums. Yeah, sure. I have fucking 800 albums.
Tom, we did 3
I
albums
can-
last week.
I can because you gave me the real ass dude drop. So
Well, that's true.
I can.
But this is interesting. But you're so.
Or did I just get it taken away now?
But I think when
you
most
can do
people
whatever you
think of
want.
albums, they think of stand-up comedy performed in front of an audience. But you've mixed them in.
You say
with,
you don't care. You're like, fuck it, dude. It's
now,
almost like.
are these live podcast clips or just clips from a podcast?
They're clips from a podcast that I
Not
that I
in
did
front of
with
an
another
audience.
comic.
But do you think it takes people out of the album if it's like joke laughing, and then now this guy's just talking in a room?
Well, no, because the third one that I did was
They sound surprisingly similar, actually.
Okay.
amazingly, yes, with the 15 people who were in the Irish pub. The
Right.
15 people who were in the Irish pub and nobody in a podcast
Were any of
studio
them prepared?
sounds similar.
Did any of them come for the album taping, or were they just drunk?
They came
people
for
that were
opera.
not happy.
They came for opera, and you walked out.
It's Maryland, so they just wandered in drunk, and
Yeah.
I think so.
So you have
we
four-
really don't have anything to celebrate.
What's
down
the
there.
format of the fourth album?
It was Make America Innate Again. That was the live show at the Opera House that I taped and performed.
Did you film it? Was it a special as well, or
It's just
an album?
audio recording.
Okay.
I don't have the I don't want to do the film stuff, like the releasing it as a special.
Your forehead?
Yeah, because it would take the forehead would take up the
You'd
entire
have to have one of
screen.
those like those
How long-
swiping
so
camera
you've
shots
been
with a
doing comedy- You've been
helicopter.
doing comedy a while. You're like a vet.
Yeah, 18 years.
Okay, that's awesome. You got a bunch of albums, and I mean, this is when did you start stand?
You started when you were 18 years old.
Yes.
Wow.
I started. I
What
got
year
into
was
it.
that? What year was that?
2001.
Oh, this is a different
So
time.
you started during 9/11.
Yep.
That's what happened. The people flying the planes were flying away from Maryland. They're like, I gotta get out of here.
Hold on, wait a minute. So did 9/11 inspire you to start?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It just gave me the hope and despair, and said, "Well, this happened. I can't do anything successful with my life, so
Yeah.
I'll just go ahead and
You're like
do
life.
this."
You're like
I felt oddly.
It was a
hopeful after
life
9/11.
affirming
I thought
moment
I was like,
for me.
I'm 3,000 productive people just got taken out of the equation.
Yeah.
Put me in the game, coach. But you didn't feel like that. You were
You
depressed.
literally, I mean, in life, everyone, if you want to look at the silver lining in 9/11, is
Absolutely.
we all moved up 300
all moved
spaces
up,
in
and
life.
I know that from Luis Gomez. That's the way we
It's
think
true.
about the world.
We
Absolutely.
moved up 3,000 spaces
Yeah.
in life. The opportunity, it's awful.
That's what my parents said to me. They sat me down at the table and they go, "Listen, you just moved up." They're like, "This is not good." But-
No matter what way you measure it, you moved up.
So when you
Real estate opportunities went up in that area too, I hear.
It's very true.
But in the immediate aftermath, I don't know. But so you start.
Dry cleaning, yes.
Took a while, but
A
that's
lot of people had suits earlier.
They're selling vacuum cleaners like a motherfucker
what
downtown.
drove you to why did you love comedy? What did it?
If you were a vacuum cleaner salesman in September 12th, Lower Manhattan,
Right.
wowza, you crushed it that week.
You
drove,
retired that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, what drove you into comedy? What did you love about? Like, what was it?
I just love the attention-grabbing aspect of it.
Yeah,
And
you mean just going into a room where people kind of have to listen to you?
exactly.
Yeah, they're kind of trapped.
Like a hostage situation,
And they
pretty
have
much.
Were you
I
always
love
were
it.
you always the funniest person of your friends?
Not really, no.
Right.
That's a weird thing.
Where are the other friends now? Where are they?
Oh, they are probably making much more money than me right now.
Doing comedy.
You haven't kept in touch with any of them?
Through social media.
Who
through
was your
social media,
funniest
I have.
friend growing up? Out of all the kids you knew.
Honestly, I don't remember.
You don't remember.
I
You
see.
didn't hang out with funny people.
Honestly, I've blocked out a lot of stuff before this show
What
because
happened? Were you
I needed to mentally
Were you raped at one
I
point?
needed to
Why are you
mentally
blocking
prepare.
things?
I
What's
needed
going
to
on?
mentally prepare for this show. So that's why I went ahead and blocked everything out.
So when you started doing comedy, did you experience success right away? Did it take a while? What was like the journey?
Started performing at coffee houses where I went to school.
Okay, where'd you go to school?
Goucher College.
Where is
It
that?
is a little bit north of Baltimore.
Goucher.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so you started doing coffee house circuit.
It's also what you do to your ears when you hear Tom's comedy.
Gouch.
Gouge your
Gouge.
ears out.
Gouch.
My name's not Nick Mullen.
That's right. So at
Don't
Goucher,
fuck with me, Tom. I remember that comment from the beginning of the show. I'm here.
at
all
Goucher
times. I know
College,
you're fucking
that's
well
when you
prepared.
learned the craft. Yeah, it was that era.
Yeah, pretty much. yeah.
And then when did you start taking it seriously?
When I do, I'll let you know.
Okay.
This is a whole. It's a game for Tom. He doesn't give a shit. He's
Right.
not playing the same bullshit game that we are.
Right.
Okay, he's just living life.
He's living
floating
life
out there.
I envy this man.
Yeah.
He's free. There's a real freedom.
You're not making a lot of money though.
I'm at the point now where I really don't need to perform. I'm involved in a lot of other stuff right now.
Dangerous.
Human trafficking. That's what you're doing.
I'm
You're
involved in a
kidnapping
lot
children.
of other. I got a couple 9 to
The
5s.
shadiest answer I've ever heard. He's like, I'm involved in a lot of things, managing a Chili's.
Deep in the game, motherfucker.
I'm involved in a lot of things, making sure Southwestern egg rolls hit the table
Fuck yeah.
at an appropriate time. Keeping the line cooks going.
Fuck
Put
yeah.
that queso in the bowl, boys.
I don't need to be
Got a
in.
mic tonight.
I don't need to be in show business.
Tom, what are you doing to make money? Do you have a day job? Is that what it is?
I am an assistant manager of a restaurant, and on the weekends I also do public
Did I-
address
did I
announcing.
nail
You
it?
called it. You called it.
Is
Was
it
it a
Chili's?
Chili's?
I love Chili's.
It's not Chili's.
Is it?
Okay.
Is
What
it a
is it?
chain?
It's a real Mexican restaurant.
Okay,
Taco Bell.
but
It's
how?
not-
but
no.
literally, how close was I? I said you yelled about
That's
queso.
pretty fucking good.
That's pretty good. I have a little ESP. My mother always said.
If
that.
you came out at my Mexican restaurant, I would ask for a refund immediately. I'm like, what the
Dude,
fuck does this guy know about
Is it
Mexican
fair
food?
to you think, and honestly too, because you're
I
on
can
the
speak-
left, you're a liberal guy,
Right.
Is it fair that a white guy is managing a Mexican restaurant with all the Mexicans that could be doing that job?
I'll
What's
be
say you?
honest. They needed my signature
They're
for
rapists.
the liquor license.
I understand.
so-
No, you heard it here first. Tom thinks that Mexicans are
Is
rapists.
it a good Mexican restaurant? Is it authentic?
Oh yes.
Okay. If me and Luis Gomez go in there, a little discount.
Luis J. Gomez.
Luis J. Gomez.
Would you
little
hook us up with
discount.
free lunch? Do you have the power to hook us up with free lunch? Do you have the power to hook up Nick Mullen with a free drink at your restaurant?
No.
Wow.
I'm consistent.
You wouldn't.
I
But
am
you could if you
consistent.
wanted
So
to.
20 years. 20 years.
You could if you wanted to.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with managing a restaurant. It's honest work. It's better than most comics, It's honest, good work,
That's not a problem.
Right.
Are you trying to build the Politipod? When did you get so into politics?
Give us an example of Politipod. Like, let's pretend we're on the show right now.
Yeah, we're on
Me,
Politipod.
Tim, Dillon, Zach, and Miko, we're the guests on Politipod. Usually what we do on this show, this is a segment that I have.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say usually because it's the first time I had
It's
the idea
called
for the segment.
Honoring the President. We give the guest a minute to honor our president, Donald Trump.
Yeah, it's called Name the Problems with Chicago. Go.
Well, it's not that kind of podcast.
So
we do one-liners
hold
and
on,
sketches.
Let me tell you. Okay, so look,
We're going to give him the show for a minute. We're going to give him the show.
You're getting the show
you're getting
for
the
an
show.
uninterrupted 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Seconds.
We're on Politipod.
Well, but usually what we do is we play the intro for the show, but there's no intro for Politipod. Right?
No, there is. If you go to
She said she checked like
SoundCloud.
6 different episodes and it's all different intros.
That is correct.
Really?
So let's play
I
one
went
of
to
them.
the most recent 4. No,
Let's just play one of them.
Just play an intro.
The most recent
something.
is,
you know what?
yeah.
Play just any intro. How about that?
sorry.
Welcome to Politipod.
That's the whole intro.
All right. Now you go. Now it's yours.
That was a Shannon Kim, by the way, Tom. You see that?
I see that.
You know
yes,
what that is?
It's very creative.
Do you know what that is?
Very creative.
Those are breasts.
It's a camera.
Those are breasts.
Right.
Falling down anytime we show Shannon.
Nice, dude.
She looks so
Yeah, they need to be
thrilled.
replaced.
She
No,
looks
also
thrilled.
look, a little bit of cleavage today. So my tip jar.
Oh, yeah. Let me see that tit jar. I'm going to put some money in it. I see that fucking cleavage, Shannon. You get rewarded every time. Look.
Tom, this is progressive. It doesn't feel like it is, but it is progressive.
I'm giving
I
her
tell you
money.
what, it's women. It's very liberating.
I'm
I enjoy it.
supporting
You're being
women's
very
rights.
You're being very open-minded.
Shannon, come here. Get your tit jar in here. Come on, baby.
The
Come
best
here,
part
baby.
of
Give a
that,
little
this
shake.
from my end, was I watched him pull out a 20 and go, fuck no, and stuff it back.
She ain't showing she ain't showing that much cleavage. For a 20, I'm putting him in between her boobs with my teeth. There we go, right there in the tit jar. Come on, guys, put it in the tit jar. Look at those fucking honkaroonies.
Hell yeah, dude.
Shannon, do a little fucking dance for us. Come on. Shannon, this is not sexual harassment. That is literally just being complimentary and giving you money.
You know she
Advancing-
dressed like this because Tom was in today.
Of course she did.
She's throwing it out there.
Shannon, would you fuck Tom?
He's I have a height requirement. That's
He's
the only
too tall.
reason. Yeah, that's it. He's just if you were a little shorter,
He's
I'd be
too
in.
tall. I get it.
too big, yeah.
How tall are you? 6'5", 6'6"? What is that?
About 6'3".
Okay.
6'3".
Nick Mullen, Nick Mullen's very short.
He's
That's
not
what they say.
he's not that tall.
Does that make you feel better that you're so tall and he's so fucking petite?
Oh fuck yeah!
I know. Oh, yeah. So we're on Politipod. You take over right now. Give me 120 seconds on the clock. We're guests today on your show.
Joining us in studio, we have the one, the only, the uncompromising Louis J. Gomez. Louis, welcome to Politipod.
Hey, thanks, Tom. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate being here. Thank God there's no black people here.
So, judging by that comment, I would presume that you are
Smart,
somewhat not exactly
right,
to the not exactly
in
to the
tune
left
with
of
reality.
You would say you are not exactly to the on the left end of the political spectrum. How would you describe your politics?
I don't believe in politics, Tom. It's all a figment of your imagination.
So you would say if you were to join a political party, you would be in the nihilist party, the American nihilist party.
If I joined a political party, it would turn into a fucking party. Am I right, people? Am I right?
Cue audience cheering.
Would there be
sound
audience
effect.
cheering? We have that
There would
going.
be. We have a sound effect. There we go. That is exactly the kind of sound effect we
I
have.
made it a real political party. Everyone's doing coke. We're fucking fingering young girls that are passed out.
So, Louis, are you planning to announce your candidacy for presidency of this new party in 2020? Are you going to run for president of the American Nihilist Party?
Yes, I am, Tom.
Well, this is a big Politipod exclusive. And so...
Do you really talk like that on the show? Do you
No,
go Politipod
He's
exclusive?
joking
I
right now.
think
He's
I think
doing
he's-
what the absolute worst thing possible would be as a bit. I understand that.
Right.
It's fucking hilarious.
I get it. I'm with it. Because if I had heard, if that was a podcast and I was in my car and I was listening to that, I would crash my car into something.
Yeah.
Just because it's too formulaic. You know?
Right. It's
Too
talk.
formulaic.
It's talk radio. What do you expect?
Too high a production.
It's too-
I want a little. You got to dumb it down.
I need it to be raw. It needs to feel authentic and real. And you felt very stilted and scripted, kind of like Hillary Clinton, which is maybe why she lost.
Oh shit! Here we go. We're getting political.
Absolutely.
We'll
Oh, boy.
stray away.
Here comes the anti-woman thing from James.
Whoa.
I don't know who that is.
Who's
but
James?
Who's James?
James Corden? Isn't that who you are?
I wish. That is good though. He's British. We're both chubby.
Oh, I got it.
I see.
Oh,
what
he
he's
just
doing.
smashed you.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Give me that.
Guest attack?
Give me that attack. He just got me.
He just smashed him.
He just said I was James Corden. He just compared me to a guy who's worth tens of millions of dollars who has his own show. Damn it. Fuck.
Well, that's what Tom's
I'm
against.
giving you
Tom's
something
against successful shows.
He doesn't He doesn't.
I'm giving you something to shoot for.
Who is your favorite comedian?
That's a great fucking
Great question.
I
had it earlier and I just
Holy
put it in my
shit.
pocket. And now I took it out of my pocket. Wow. So I want to hear it. He
Uh,
doesn't
living-
like James Corden. He doesn't
Living
like
or
Nick.
dead?
Let's just say whatever.
I like George Carlin,
Hack.
Lenny Bruce,
Hack.
and even going back as far as W.C. Fields.
Nigger.
Believe it or not.
Now, what about alive today, like breathing?
Lewis Black.
Okay.
I don't have anything else to say about that.
Name
I'm
my
sorry.
least two favorite things.
Zach did not get enough credit on that.
Phenomenal.
My two least favorite things, Lewis and Blacks. Okay, Tom, we got to work on your podcast.
We got to get it a little better.
Yeah, we got to figure something out. Maybe a hip hop beat. But
Do you have a Patreon, or how are you making money? Are you just ad rev, or?
You may find this a bit surprising, but we are not making any money as of yet.
No money.
You may find that a shocker.
But you've been doing it only a few years,
Right.
and you can build it.
We're slowly working on it. Emphasis on
Who does it?
slowly.
Who's we? It's you and who else?
Who else?
Kitchen
The show
staff.
is run by Matt.
His assistant manager, the corporate.
Would you have right wing people on the show? Would you have an Ann Coulter or someone?
We would, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
anybody who
No,
wants,
she won't. She's not going to come on.
anybody
but,
who
yeah.
wants to. That's not us.
Right.
That's not you. There's
No.
another show called Politipod.
That is a rip-off artist. They started that show after we did.
Wait a minute.
We lean more to the left. This Politipod leans to the right.
It's a little confusing.
Hold on. We're
Just a
very
bit.
confused.
That's this confusing thing right there.
There is a more successful show called Politipod,
With the icon, I think, is Hitler.
and you're
And with the host Tom Byers.
yeah, and you're still keeping the name Politipod. You're not-
Mom's tires.
you won't.
He winked at me after that joke.
He wants-
That's
he
some
knows.
fucking hardcore shit right there.
Now-
he didn't give a fuck.
Do you ever think of changing the name of Politipod? Because there's another show with the same name.
Yeah, and
They stole from us.
I
They
know, but
stole from us.
sometimes that-
And who do you think is more real, us or this guy? Who do you think is more?
I'm
Who do you
gonna
think is
say-
more badass?
I mean, he's got a Hitler as his profile picture. I'm not hating that. That's not my least favorite thing. And it's not that I like Hitler. I like what he did.
Real recognizes real.
We recognize real baby boy. We had Hitler on the show one time. Do you know that?
Have
He's
you
alive.
ever? Have you ever?
that was
tried,
the very first episode I listened to.
Have you ever
Amazing.
tried to?
Yep.
Have you ever tried to sue these people at Politipod who've stolen you and your essence in the show?
I'll be honest. I rate them slightly below
You rate them?
the CumTown people, and yes, I rate them slightly below the
raping.
CumTown people and the trash collection people.
What is the deal with trash collection?
He doesn't like people
I
working.
mean,
That's an honest job,
I
and
mean,
it's
listen,
a good
those
city
people
job.
make $100,000 a year.
good money, dude.
We need.
Yeah, Mike
them.
Racine's funny.
What's interesting about so you're a liberal, but you really kind of I'm guessing there's a little hatred for the working class.
Taking,
No, I just
taking
have- I
jobs
just
away
have-
from Mexicans, first of all,
Yeah.
and you're trashing trash men, which is ironic. at
I
best.
just have a hatred of everybody,
Okay.
which is it's a very egalitarian way of living, I think.
Okay.
That was that.
Nice, dude.
Was that Daenerys Targaryen's brother?
Yes.
that was her
Yep.
brother.
Yep. You got. I tell you what. You
Galen
are
Are you a
Targaryen.
Game of Thrones fan, Tom?
Yeah,
Are you a
Galen
Thrones
Targaryen.
man?
not really.
Not really?
I've never watched any of the episodes. I don't.
So that would be
I don't
no.
really care.
That would be,
Yeah.
you don't need to say
Why?
not
What
really.
is it? It's
It's just
I'd
a
say
no.
Too many fans and makes too much money.
Something like
He
that.
just
yeah.
hates that.
I-
That
I-
concept of fucking fans and
He
money.
doesn't like
Yeah.
It's
it.
his least favorite thing. I get it. I'm with you.
You know, I tweeted about Game of Thrones the other day. You know who retweeted me? Ben Shapiro.
Oh hell yeah.
Jew.
Do you like Ben? No, you're not. You don't like. Would you have him on your show?
Do
You,
know
want to
that-
have an open forum, right?
You
For
got to have
people
an
that
open.
have different.
Do you think Donald Trump has
opinions.
any good points? Can you give Donald Trump a compliment?
You got to give him something.
Give him something.
I think
'Cause I know you don't like him.
I think that for a grandfather in his 70s, he's great at using Twitter.
I agree.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
Yeah.
The show, you should change the format. We should change the name, and we should change the format.
The Politipod is a little. It's
political stuff is hack anyway, guys.
you
we
gotta
fucking. You gotta. We don't talk about politics on the show for that reason. Do you see
What
happened?
if-
we started talking about politics on the show, and it brought the show to a screeching halt?
right.
Okay.
What if we change the name of the
Stop pointing
show
at me.
to the Real Ass Politipodcast?
That's better.
It's better, but it's still the problem is the Politipod, the Politipodcast, the Politipod. This is the problem. Like Make America Innate Again. These are they. It's not a fun thing to say. Like you might not like it, but CumTown's kind of a fun.
It is fun to say.
It's just fun.
Sounds
to
like
say.
a fun place, especially if you're gay. Like
It
Tim,
sounds like a
Tim
very
hears
fun
that place.
thing.
He's like, okay, sign me up. Give me one way ticket to CumTown.
Sure,
Right.
But Politipod or Make America
Ooh,
Innate
I want to
Again.
run. Give me a bus ticket
There's
out
too
of
many
Politipod.
words. Too many words.
That sounds like a shit town, Politipod town.
You need just 1 to 2 words.
Actually, Politipod's only one word.
I know, but Politipod. It's a lot of
Those
syllables.
are called
Politipod.
syllables. Yeah, there you go.
I know,
Those are
but-
called syllables. Yeah.
Thank you, Tom. But it's still bad. That's the problem. You got to come up with a
Syllable.
better
That's the girl that
Which-
Tyrion Lannister was married to. The hooker.
Yes.
I know.
syllable.
Yeah, she was
You-
great.
You have to just come up with 1 word or 2 words that are monosyllabic. That's just boom, boom.
And if I don't want to,
Well, I mean, we're just trying to help. I just want to
We're trying
grow
help.
your audience.
You have another show out there with the same name. Imagine I started a show called Westworld, and I was like, "This is my new show."
Who are some comedians right now that you don't like that you just see?
Give
you
me
go,
one
This
name.
guy's overrated.
3 syllables.
What do
Go.
you think? When you look at Sebastian Maniscalco, you go, "This guy's talented," or
A
you
lot
go,
of
"I'm not.
syllables.
It's not for me."
Tons
For
of
who?
syllables. in
Sebastian
Spanish.
Maniscalco.
Sebastian.
You go. You don't know who he is.
no.
Okay, he's not. He's a young
Maniscalco.
guy. He's new. He's not really doing much. What about a guy like a guy like a Chris Rock or Louis C.K.?
I liked Louis C.K. before all that stuff came out about him.
Now you don't like him anymore.
Yeah,
I
then he
mean,
apologized.
he's pretty much. It pretty much reminds me of just every single scumbag that you meet in this business.
So you're saying
in my
Louis
mind.
C.K. is a scumbag?
Well,
I mean,
let
it
me
was
ask
a
you
scumbag.
question.
It was a scumbaggy thing that he did. I mean, I recognize that he's trying to rehabilitate.
Let me
and
ask you a question.
Do all that good stuff. Yeah.
What about him reminds you of the scumbags you've met in the business?
Just the overall creepiness and wanting to take advantage of
That's
female
happened to you?
comics.
People want to.
Is that what people are trying to do when you walk in a room? You feel guys get creepy and they're trying to.
Given that I have the build of a woman, yes, I am very.
I like how
yeah.
Do you think there should be a
self-deprecating
road
he
to redemption for someone like Louis, who's clearly a comic genius, but
is?
is-
I have an idea.
personally made
what
some
if he
decisions he might
completes
regret.
every mission in Red Dead Redemption?
yeah, is there a way?
he
Is
can
there
come
like
back,
is there like a
no
American
questions
Ninja
asked.
Warrior
Brilliant
style
idea, isn't it?
obstacle course that he could do? Is there anything Louis could do to get back in your good graces? Your good Harvard graces.
He should go on. He should do every single task in Reddit Redemption, like Lewis said.
Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead.
Red Dead Redemption.
Reddit Redemption is
Well,
what's
what
going to
he's-
happen
whatever
after
he
this
said.
show. Reddit Redemption
Whatever
is
he
going to happen
said.
after this show because there's going to be a lot of people that have a lot to say about this.
That was a Freudian slip right there. You got Reddit on your mind right now. Are you nervous that
Do you ever
Reddit's
go
gonna
on
explode?
Reddit
Yeah,
or
do you ever go on
4chan or
Reddit?
8chan?
No,
You've never gone on Reddit.
I've never posted anything on Reddit.
Have you lurked? They call them lurkers. The people just read the stuff. Search Tom Meyers on Reddit, really quick.
Do you ever? Are you dating? Do you have a lady? Do you have a gentleman? What's your? Are you in the dating world?
Oh, do you? What? Yeah, he's like fucking. He's like bisexual, like eccentric, like fucking David Bowie. He doesn't. He's
Well, they
above-
say once you get to a certain level of
Yeah,
success
dude.
in the entertainment business, you just start fucking.
Who cares?
I've got the
cares?
David Bowie hair thing going.
I know,
on right
dude.
now.
Right.
No, not dating anyone.
Not dating anyone.
No?
But you're just crushing a lot of puss. I'm Tom Myers.
Oh, so you did an
the comedian.
AMA.
You did an AMA. You've been on Reddit before you posted.
That's not me.
Oh.
It's not you.
Oh, please provide proof that you were the real Tom. I see. Okay.
Oh, it was you. Somebody pretended to be. Is this? So this happens a lot. People pretend to be you.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That's
Tom
not me.
Myers. This isn't you either. Tom_Myers.
Nope. I'm not on Reddit.
Wow. See, I thought that these were you right now.
Nope.
This all on CumTown. Look, no, this is actually your profile. Look. Tom Meyers is a comedian who tackles any subject, whether the topic is current events, social or political issues, or a topic other comedians would not even approach. Tom is not afraid to make you laugh about using a straight-talking, no-holds-barred manner. In addition to being a comedian, Tom is an actor, sports PA announcer.
That's not a bad bio.
And an event MC with several years' experience performing. That's a great bio. Did you write that, or did they write that?
I wrote the bio, but they copied it from the website.
Tom, this is you. Don't lie to us.
It's not me.
No, I don't. I believe him.
You believe that it's somebody else?
It's probably somebody else. I mean, but again, I'm just basing it on what Tom is saying.
Tom, if there's one thing that you could say to Nick Mullen right now, just one thing, okay? Look at the camera. Which camera would he be looking at? You should look at one of them. That one? That one? Right there? All right. If there's one thing you could say to Nick Mullen right now, if I zoom in on Tom a little bit, can we make it just about him for a second? Shannon, Jesus Christ. Got fucking Tim, watching Tim breathe hard.
Oh.
I'm not breathing. I'm breathing pretty.
I said I'm watching you breathe hard.
I'm breathing no harder than Stavros.
Your mic diction is fucking incredible lately.
What is that? Oh, just the way
you just fucking.
He's getting turned on by your breathing. Stop it.
Get in there. Zoom in though. I want to fucking really get in there. I want to. This is a moment. His moment to talk to fucking Nick Mullen. Shannon, when I say zoom, fucking zoom on the guy. Okay.
That's enough.
Maybe a little closer. Just really on the eyes. Really, really getting there. We go. Maybe even a little closer.
I can't go any further.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what she said.
No, fuck no, dude.
No, he was a good joke. Shut the fuck up, Stav. Stav's actually in the booth. We wouldn't let him in the studio, but that's really Stav.
I was wondering why it looked cramped in there.
Oh, shit! Wow!
He is overweight.
He's a fat guy.
He's overweight.
Smash his tooth. How do you feel about his missing tooth?
I always wondered how he managed to get into show business. Apparently, whatever was in his mouth that made him, get whatever good things he has going for him right now. Probably knocked that tooth out.
Do you think that's a homophobic remark? Like when people say Trump and Putin hook up, do you think, as a liberal, that it's right to insinuate that homosexual activity is a negative?
No, that's just my disdain for all people.
Including gays. Yeah. He would be. He hates gays as well. So you're saying right now you hate trans people
and Muslims
and straight people.
No.
I hate everybody.
Answer one question at a time. One question at a time.
You hate trans.
You hate trans people.
I hate everybody.
No.
I hate everybody.
Tom.
You hate Muslims.
I hate everybody.
No, Tom. One at a time. Just yes or no. Simple yes or no questions.
Do you still go to
Sean, yes or no game?
Do you still go to Sean Boland's?
No.
Okay. You hate Muslims.
No.
You just said you hate everybody
except Muslims. Muslims are the only people you like.
I hate white people a lot more.
Why do you hate white people?
Why? You're a white guy.
Is it because of what happened at Sean Boland's?
It's it's.
What do you hate about white people?
It's a self thing. Just the fact that they do the stuff that they've done in the past, and.
But do you think that they're the only people doing bad stuff? I mean,
yes.
Really?
Yep.
Have you ever met a Puerto Rican?
Yeah, I mean, Lewis is Puerto Rican. He's horrific.
I'm a bad person.
He's never done anything bad.
Tom, I raped your co-host before the show.
But Tom,
name one bad thing that you've done.
Said the N-word 4 times on today's show.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
And he's only half of an N-word, so he can't.
So he doesn't even hear color. Some people don't see color. He doesn't even hear it. I like
Wasn't
that.
he going to make a statement?
Go. Statement right now to Nick Mullen. Go right at the camera.
So Nick, if you're watching this, I know you love to focus on a bit that I was doing 10 years ago, and you love to bring it up, and you love to tell your fans to go ahead and use it as much as possible in replies on Twitter, Instagram, and such. But keep in mind that is during the time when I was a traveling road comic and you were still an open micer.
And look at the two of you now.
Yeah. Oh, yes. He's on, what's the name of that podcast again?
I don't even.
Hold on, he's not done. Let him keep going.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt.
So I would love to go back to that. If you want to go ahead and focus on, what was that, about 2007, 2008? Actually, it's
even more than 10 years ago.
Even more than 10 years. So, and he really has not improved as a comic since then.
Probably not.
In my mind. So no.
What bit is he telling everyone to focus on? Is it the bong hit bit?
So that's the only thing you want to say to Nick Mullen? Because you sort of, there wasn't much of a point there. You sort of fell off at the end.
I ADD'd on you. I ADD'd on you.
Now go to Tim.
Can I have the camera?
Go to Tim.
Can I say something to Adam Friedland, please? Go ahead. Can I say something to Adam Friedland? Thank you. Let me tell you something right now. You know that I can do things to you that would make...
Wrong camera, Tim.
It doesn't matter where I'm looking. You're a beautiful boy, and you're marrying that communist whore. Let me do it right.
Listen to Daddy.
Right.
Listen to Daddy.
Thank you. That's all. That's all. Thank you.
Hell yeah, dude.
So yeah, I mean, look, dude, I think the reality is you let CumTown have it today. And also, I feel like you're holding back too. If you really wanted to,
You were diplomatic. You think maybe you guys will work on a project together in the future, and I understand.
Would you do a show with them at this point? Because I know we've talked in the past, and you said no, I will not do anything involving Nick Mullen or CumTown. But maybe could you let bygones be bygones? If they said, hey, dude, we're gonna do a CumTown web series. We want you to come and guest on it one day. Would you do something like that?
No.
Why not? What's the reason?
I just
You
never.
think maybe it's cutting off your nose to spite your face because you got to go back to that Mexican restaurant.
Right.
Look all those people in the face.
What do you mean those people?
Well, you know what I mean.
What do you mean those people? The white customers we have? What do you have against white people, Lewis?
You know what I fucking mean.
Do I?
Tom.
I don't think I fucking know what you're talking about.
Don't sidestep the question.
What are your
Tom.
plans for the future, Tom? What are you looking to get into in the future? We
Um,
talked a lot about the past today, but we need to put that to bed.
It's done.
It's done.
We're officially done with CumTown.
We're
You're
done
not
with the
even,
past.
But this was also. Did this feel at all
Cathartic?
Yeah,
oh, very cathartic. Yes.
it did. Right?
It
did.
did.
Did you get it off your chest? Did you feel like you finally were able to sort of put this to bed? Because they're watching. You know they're watching right now.
Yes. I know they're watching.
Yeah.
I feel like I can go out and get a real job now.
Yeah.
Well, you have
Fuck
one.
yeah.
You have a couple of real
You have a
jobs.
few 9 to 5s.
So look, here's the thing. We're gonna take some callers. 573 gas line. 573 gas line is the phone number. If you guys want to ask any questions for Tim Dillon, Tom Meyers, or anybody, you can call in at any time now. Harrington will be answering the phone calls. Well, I mean, we got a couple other things to talk about on today's show. We're going to definitely.
Alabama just made it illegal for women to have abortions. Tom, let's
how
stop
do
the
you feel
murder.
about
Am I right?
Come on, man. They're people. As soon as you detect a heartbeat, they're people.
They're babies, and they should be alive.
It's also the people least.
Correct. Whatever you're going to say, you're correct.
The people that should
that
be
are the
killed
least.
least.
Yes.
Babies.
Let's not kill
the
babies.
most innocent of all.
You're in favor of killing people, but these people.
Well, now, let me
what
ask
do
you a
they
question,
do?
Tom. Where do you stand on this issue of abortion? You're a political man.
Right. I feel that as a man, as someone of not of the childbearing gender, I don't feel as though I have any right to tell a woman who.
I also think that women should say to men's issues like fucking banking and
Voting.
the roads, how elevators work. Women shouldn't. So Tom, you're
elevators.
saying women shouldn't be able to use elevators. I agree.
You're saying that this abortion ban is wrong.
Correct.
Okay. The Alabama Senate. We'll have to see how it
I guess
shakes out.
you would know more than an entire state's justice system.
Have you ever paid for a lady to terminate a pregnancy?
It wasn't the justice system; it was the legislature.
You don't know anything about this stuff, Tom. This is what I do for a living.
He's
Oh,
a political
excuse me.
analyst.
Yeah,
Excuse
maybe you
me.
don't. You're not
Have you
looking
ever
at the
You're
paid-
microphones.
you're already
Have you ever
you're
thought of
already
ha-
the nominee for the American Nihilist Party
Have
for
you ever
president
thought
of
of
the United
having a
States in
child?
2020.
Have you
like
ever thought of
bringing this
having a
bit
baby?
back.
Have you ever held a baby in your hands? Like a baby? Like a warm baby? Why would you kill that baby?
Give me a reason.
Because-
give me 5 reasons.
Because that
kill a
baby could
baby.
be that baby could be the next Nick Mullen.
Interesting.
Wow. So you think Nick Mullen deserves death?
So you're saying it's okay to abort autistic babies?
So you're saying
That's actually I believe in that. That actually one thing I can stand with you on.
Second, that baby could grow up to be the next Nick Mullen.
right.
You said that one already.
No, I didn't. Third,
I
that
see
baby
where this is
could
going.
grow up to be the next Nick Mullen.
This is like being John Malkovich, except they pulled money out of production. You know what I mean? It's a very interesting.
4, that baby could grow up to be the next Nick Mullen.
How many are on this list?
And 5,
Blacks aren't people.
I hate the noise they make on airplanes.
Okay.
That's true. Okay. It's the comedic rule of 5.
War with Iran. Yes. Or no.
Do we have a caller? All right, you're on the Real Ass Podcast. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's a mime.
One sec, sorry.
Oh, the phones are ringing off the hooks. In there.
It's a mime.
What's your name? Where are you calling from? You didn't put it through, you dumb fucking
I mean,
assholes.
the producers.
It's crazy. It's fucking crazy.
If Rogan had them, he'd break their necks
I
on
know.
screen.
You
on
had
cam.
you have not one job, but what? 4 jobs, and you can't do it right.
Okay, do we have somebody on the line now? Or did you guys not figure out how to take these calls?
1 second, hold on.
The phones are just ringing off like crazy. Tom, they want to talk to you. This is a big fucking
There's
deal
people
right now.
out there that probably like the abortion ban, I would imagine.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Louis J, Tom in Philly. What's up, brother?
What's up, Tommy boy? Philadelphia in
Yo.
the house. How you feeling, baby? What do you got to ask?
Awesome. This is the greatest show I've ever seen, Louis.
Oh, thanks, man.
Ultimately, though, you guys transitioned off that little fag's sexuality. Would he? My question for Tom
Who,
is:
Tim?
Would he let Tim fuck him in the ass?
That is true. We didn't finish. We didn't get the answer.
Tom
on
from
that.
Philly has some good ideas.
Yeah, thank you
I'm
very
trying to
much.
hook you up, Tim.
Thank you very
Tom
much,
from
Tom.
Philly.
Yo, that cheesesteak's trash, though. Bad sandwich. Keep going, sir.
You're going to the wrong place, Tim.
Where you got to go? First of all, Tom, where's the place to go?
Yeah, where do you go?
John's Roast Pork. John's Roast Pork is the only place to go. It's in South Philly. It's sort of by the stadiums. It's giant, fat sandwiches.
Okay.
It's awesome.
You know what?
We'll
All
do
right. I'm going to
Timmy,
try it.
you went to a fucking lunch thing the other day. It kind of bothers me.
What-
I'm
what?
one of your more successful
What lunch
friends.
thing?
People don't realize it because I dress like a scrub.
Yeah.
But I'm doing pretty good, okay?
What lunch thing did I go to?
It's Schultz and fucking Giannis.
Yeah.
It's
We
a
had a
nice
dinner.
restaurant.
We had a nice dinner.
I'm just saying,
we
you
had
don't
a nice
invite me to
dinner.
nice dinners. Why don't we go to some fucking
We all
nice
just we
dinners
were doing a
together?
show at Gotham.
Dave Smith, how you doing, my brother?
Okay, so Tom is
He's
straight or
transitioning.
gay? That's the question, right?
He's transitioning to his
Is
more.
Tom-
Are you
social
straight or gay,
friends.
Tom?
Straight.
You're
Okay.
straight.
He's
When's the
a
last
straight
time you
man.
fucked?
I don't believe that.
Why are you
Tom,
saying that,
Tom in
from
Philly, because Tom's no Toms. That's actually a thing in the world.
Oh, interesting.
Tom's no Toms. So, Tom, thank you very much, Tom from Philly. You can hang up on him now.
You guys rule.
Why do you...
Tom's
no Toms. Why do you think that you're straight?
Because I am.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't
Have you ever hooked up with a man?
No.
You don't know.
Can't
You
knock
have
it
no
till you try
idea.
it.
Right.
No, but I know what I look like, and I just presume that most men look as grotesque as me.
That is not true.
No,
That
no,
is
you
not
are
true.
in the lower rung
Yeah, no, there's a lot of good-looking
of
men.
men.
I will say that. Have you ever looked at like a TV show or a movie?
Have you ever
There's a
literally
lot
looked at
outside.
any sign that's ever been
Just
made?
walk around New York. You're walking around Sean Boland's. Maybe you're the top 10% of Sean Boland's, but let's get another call.
Yeah, get another caller. 573 gas line if you want to call in live here on the Real Ass Podcast. Also, I'll take a moment really quick before we get our next caller on. If you love the show, every episode we've ever done available on demand at gasdigitalnetwork.com. Use the promo code RAP. Get a 14-day free trial. Have access to this show, 20 other incredible shows here on the Gas Digital Network, including Legion of Skanks, Tim Dillon's Going to Hell, Believe You Me, Zach Amico's Midnight Spook Show, and more. Pre-release, uncensored, live chat, all that good shit. Shannon, pull some questions from the live chat, too. Top 2 or 3 questions from the live chat. We're going to really get to know our guests today. 573 gas line. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, this is Cheeto Man, and I'm from Connecticut, bit north of Havre de Grace. I have a question for Tom.
All right, sweet. Go, dude.
Thanks, Cheeto Man.
Hey, Tom. I'm getting into comedy, but I keep getting kicked out of clubs. I've gotten kicked out of 109 clubs. Do you think it's everyone else's fault, or is it mine? Is it something I'm doing, maybe? Thanks.
I think it may have something to do with your phone because I couldn't understand a fucking word.
Oh, he said that he's been kicked out of 109 clubs.
Yeah, he wants to know if he's doing
is it
something
his
wrong.
fault?
You have to be kicked out of 120, so he needs to be kicked out of 11 more clubs.
How
and
many
then
clubs?
That's the rule of 120.
How many? Wait a minute.
What is this?
Who-
It seems inside. Like,
Is this an inside thing?
Well, so I haven't really been kicked out. I haven't really been kicked out of any. Like, I've been asked not to come back to like a few.
109?
Not 109.
How many? How many clubs have you been asked to not come back to?
Probably, I could probably count them the number of fingers on one hand, probably.
Oh, so 5.
5.
Yeah, 5 clubs.
Well, it depends. In Zach's family,
Or less.
6 sometimes.
Five clubs have said we would like you to not.
Good thing he didn't say
return."
toes.
Okay, that's not horrible. I mean,
Kicked out, but they said specifically don't come back. Why? What was the reason? Too hardcore?
There were some instances where because I used to do this thing in my act where I would
Hardcore
just
parkour. Fuck yeah.
I would just berate audience members.
You
Like
go at
if they
'em.
didn't like what I was saying.
but sometimes that's.
And a few of the clubs took exception to that.
but sometimes if you
and-
do that in a funny way, the audience likes it. They laugh.
Yeah, you just trash the audience a little bit. It's I do it all the time. I every
We always
time,
do it.
It's part of my act. You know, you do a little crowd work, but I always trash them. I go after them. So what happened? Were they not laughing when you were trashing them?
Well, some of them, they seem to enjoy it, I think. But then this is when
club owners come in, they ruin the fun.
Those bastards.
Yeah.
And this was during my drinking days, so
boy.
I haven't. You know,
it's been 7.5 years since a club has.
So you just get up there with a stomach full of fucking whiskey and crab bisque and start letting them have it.
Yeah, you didn't give a shit.
I couldn't even afford the crab bisque at the time.
Fuck it, you went
so
with the whisk.
I was just
Okay.
Whiskey and cheap beer.
Gasline, if you want any comedy tips from Tom Myers.
Tom Myers will give you tips right now.
Comedy
Not
tips.
just comedy tips, life tips. If you want to learn how to be a fucking real ass dude. Tom's, when's the last time you got laid? I wanted to know that.
2012.
Whoa. 2012 is the last time
I
you
haven't
got laid?
I haven't been on a date since
Come
then.
lie. You just gotta lie.
Nobody's
gonna
it's 7
fact
years,
check
but
this.
you can pay for sex. That's probably a good move.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
There's nothing wrong with that.
So you haven't been on a date, but we should get you laid. Is there any female listeners out there that would fuck Tom Myers for the story?
Call up.
573 Gasline. You're on the line. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Louis, this is Stevie in Seattle. How are you, man?
What's up, baby boy? Love your city. Love your fucking Seattle dogs, kid. My favorite time. Have you had a Seattle dog?
What's
Louis?
on a Seattle dog?
It's a long fucking Italian sausage hot
3
dog.
years of a failed bassist? Come on!
And it's on almost like an Italian style bun, like a
I'll
thicker
fuck
bun.
with that, yeah.
With this is where it gets crazy. It has fucking mayonnaise and onions.
All right, I'm not into that now.
Nigga, trust me.
What's it doing over
No,
there?
it's cream cheese, Louis.
Oh, that's what I meant. I'm
that's the
sorry.
ingredient.
Cream cheese. It's fucking
Okay,
retarded. I'm stupid.
interesting.
Cream cheese and onions.
I just lost all respect for you because you didn't get the cream cheese
Get
part
your
correct.
fucking finger out of my face, Tom. I know you're out alphaing me at all times, but I do not appreciate the physical stuff. Okay, I get a little fucking.
So
edgy.
Seattle, what's your question for Tommy? Or do you have?
Yeah, so I was calling in. You guys, Tom had kind of addressed the bong hit transplant controversy that's
What's the
gone
bong
on
hit
in the
transplant
past.
controversy?
And,
that's the bit.
you guys are referring to the joke a lot, and I just was wondering if he would actually just do the joke. It's a lot of
It's not a bad joke. I've heard the joke before. It's not the worst joke.
What's the joke?
It's a really good joke.
It's a joke about he's in a convenience store. Set it up.
Yes.
You're in a store.
No, let's hear Tom do it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. This is the best question of the day so far. You just want a Real Ass Podcast mug. Put him on hold. Get him a fucking Real Ass Podcast mug from the
And
brand
then
new.
get his address and then swat him.
Brand new podcastmerch.com. Grab all of your podcast merch, podcastmerch.com for my show and a bunch of other shows, not just Gas Digital. This is across the board, baby boys. Tuesdays with Stories. I'm wearing my Shane Gillis, Matt and Shane Secret Podcast shirt right now. Lots of amazing brands coming
You're
to
all about the support.
podcastmerch.com. Yeah. No, it's all making money off my friends. Anyway. So what is the set up the joke? Bong hit transplant.
Well, it's been a while since I've done the bit, so it's going to sound really horrible. I know, something horrible coming out of me. Imagine that, right?
No way.
No way.
I don't believe it.
So the joke is I'm in a convenience store waiting in line. Someone puts...
Pretend you're at a club right now. We're an audience. You got a microphone in front of you. Don't just say the joke is, literally
We
say the
look
joke.
like people that go to a comedy.
Yeah, we are Sean Boland's fucking
We're sitting
A
there,
class.
second row, if there are rows.
Zach literally looks like the person who was in the second row in that Sean Boland show.
So
So
great
he
reference on
is
him.
helping me.
Focus on him and deliver it.
Mm-hmm. So it's I go into a convenience store and the guy puts on the counter, I think, a dozen donuts, 1 gallon jug of the cheapo brand fruit punch, a nasty
You should
old
say the
rotten
brand.
brown
I feel like you can.
banana.
Let him do it.
But if you get more specific, it'd be funny. If you said Fago, it would be a funny way to tell the joke. But anyway, go.
No, if they're not paying me to say it, I'm not saying it.
I'll give you all the money in Shannon's tip jar.
$2.
$2 deal. Go say it.
And a nasty old rotten brown stinking banana, and the guy says to the clerk, my girlfriend just had an operation. She can only eat certain things. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, right. What did she have? A bong hit transplant. It was a joke I wrote a long time ago. It was stupid. It got laughs, and I eventually, like most jokes, I got tired of telling it, and then
Did it make
stopped.
its way onto one of the albums?
I don't know. I
Was
don't.
it on
I
Make
don't
America
think so.
Innate again, or Words of mass.
It may be on pitchforks, but I don't.
Gotcha.
I don't.
I like how it calls it
know.
pitchforks.
Now, explain to me the thinking behind the joke, because you see all of this. So it's like it's all this unhealthy food, and then you're
Right.
like, this guy basically saying she can only eat certain foods after an operation. Now, I'm all with you on the premise,
Right.
and then you go, what did she have? A bong hit.
It's the punchline. You're right.
Transplant.
You're right. It's not the premise.
The punchline is the issue.
Yeah.
That's the only issue with the joke.
Everything else is actually really
The premise is kind of funny.
I love the premise.
The premise is not bad. The punchline
He
is
could
where-
have said
That's the next
a
album.
cheapo
Just an
type
album full of premises.
a cheapo type of soda.
Well, let's just spitball it here. You go like, this guy puts all this disgusting food. He's got fucking M&Ms and Cheetos and
See, that's where I would go. What does a dirty banana have to
And
do with weed?
anything involving food, Zach is in on it.
Yes, of course.
so this guy puts.
in your fucking fat
Yeah.
face. In your face. No one's safe.
But what does a dirty banana have to do with high people?
Because high people just eat anything.
Okay, well that's not true.
You're trying
Nice,
to say
dude.
I know what's going on. He's being racist.
I'm generalizing.
He's saying brown people.
But
are
so
the ones who do
the
drugs.
bong hit transplant. The only problem with that is that it doesn't make sense. The punch.
Yeah,
bong
once you
hit.
start to break down the punchline, and here's what you don't want people doing
yeah.
is when you tell a punchline, you don't want people to not laugh and think about why they're not laughing.
Right, and that's what I think this punchline does. It makes
Yeah.
people want to leave the club.
Yeah, they go, no, that's not right. This
They
is
go,
an album
something's
taping.
wrong. They go,
Yeah.
something is wrong here, and I should leave and
It's
not,
an
never come
uncomfortable.
back.
It's an uncomfortable feeling.
It's not the move.
So it wasn't. What could have been a better punchline instead of bong hit transplant?
So it's got. Let's say it's a transplant, right?
Some kind of operation, yeah.
Some kind of operation.
What did she get her lungs replaced with the bong? That could have worked.
Okay, well that's
What did she have her lungs replaced with bongs?
That's better than bong hit transplant.
Yeah, I'm spitballing, man.
I would have been like, listen, it's like, what the fuck,
Well, I haven't done the bit in 10 years, so clearly I stopped liking it.
We could bring it back.
What kind of operation did this bitch have?
It could have went hard.
Yeah.
You know, like, she fucking get raped, I bet. I would have liked it.
That could be on your next special. I give you permission to use
I retired
that one.
from comedy. I'm just trying to get a job at a Chili's.
My girlfriend just had an operation. She
Fill-
could only eat
Fill out an
certain
application.
things.
Fill out an application. I'll interview you.
I'll try.
What did she have her lower intestine replaced with a Mexican? But then you'd have to have Mexican foods.
That makes it less. It doesn't make sense, but it's funnier.
It's funnier.
It's funnier.
It's funnier.
A couple funny words in there.
You have a lower intestine replaced with a Mexican?
Remember, like Patrice said, how like Buick is a funnier word than Oldsmobile.
Yes.
Mexican's funnier word than bong hit transplant.
Right.
Or any other word.
Yeah.
What did she have her lower intestine replaced with a malnourished child? I don't know. Like what she just had a transplant. What kind of transplant?
My go-to punchline is
What did she have? What did she have her intestine replaced with family court? These are all dumb.
No,
These are dumb. But
it's a stock punchline you could just use.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Female circumcision. Just throw it in there.
Female
somehow.
circumcision. Let me
If
tell you
can
right now.
Get female
yes,
circumcision into
he's
that
right.
bit, it would
He's
fucking
right.
crush.
Let's try it with
Guaranteed.
female circumcision.
Go, Timmy.
I walked into this grocery store the other day. I see this guy. He's got Cheetos and M&Ms. He's got the cheapo brand fruit punch. He's got a dirty banana.
Really dirty banana.
And
Filthy
it's a
banana.
filthy banana. And then I
was like, what, you put that banana up your ass,
He says to
faggot?
the clerk, he goes, my wife just had an operation. She can only eat certain foods. And I said, an operation? What? Did she have a clitorectomy? Was she circumcised?
Clitorectomy is a fucking great word.
Did they hack off her clit? Did they hack off her clit? Is that why you're buying a dirty banana?
This is why.
Because your wife's clit was hacked off. But again, if you said that, it would be funny.
This is why he gets the gigs dressing up as Meghan McCain.
It's true.
Fuck yeah.
Buddy, that's
he
got
was
a million
booked on
views.
that. He
I
was
know you're
booked on
shitting
that.
on that. It's got a million views. It's got a million views.
Let's give it another caller. We got to wrap the show in a little while. We had all these segments planned, but this is just too good. I like the callers right now. 573 gas line. If you want to talk to Tim Dillon or Tom Meyers, any questions for any of our guests today are welcome. Go ahead. You're on the podcast. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's another mime.
Hello.
We can hear you breathing.
Did we ever find out what "Make America Innate Again" means?
No.
Thanks.
We didn't.
Screen
Tom?
these calls, Harrington. Screen the fucking calls. You can screen them. You can pick them up and go, what's your call? What's your question? And then when they don't have a good question for the fucking Mayor of fucking Funnyville, Tom Meyers, you piece of shit. You're disrespecting our guest right now. I'm sorry, Tom.
The top of comedy in Haverty Grace, Maryland.
How
the
about
king
this
of comedy in
bitch?
Haverty
I know
Grace.
this bitch who had a clitorectomy. This is the urban version. I know this bitch who had a
Make it the
clitorectomy.
punchline first.
And she be eating dirty bananas.
Dirty bananas.
That's not bad.
Oh.
That's not bad. Work backwards into it.
I like
Is
it.
is banana supposed to be a euphemism for the penis, Tim? Is that what you're saying?
No, I was just using your joke because the guy put the banana on the thing.
Oh, you're coattailing off of me.
That's
man.
right.
You're trying to bag me, dude.
Let's, you know what, fuck it. While we're waiting for another caller or two, if they want to call in, that's fine. Let's just do one actual segment that we normally do on the show because it's really been all focused on Tom Meyers. I didn't realize how deep we were going to get into this.
It was like an episode of Unmasked.
Yeah, it was fucking incredible.
It was wild.
Let's do Scam That Jew. Yeah. Let's get a couple scams that going.
Yeah.
I'm a very desperate man, and I live with my mother.
Scam that, Jew.
Is that what a rabbi sounds like before he orgasms?
Yep.
Okay.
I fucking nailed it, dude. So, we have our fans write in the best scams. Little, simple, easy to pull off scams, and then we give away one lucky winner a Scam That Jew t-shirt. Show that Scam That Jew t-shirt.
My
really quick.
favorite segment.
Yeah, it's great. These are great scams all the time. We've been getting really good ones lately as well. It's sort of a resurgence. We had a bunch of shitty scams for a while. And if you want to join the conversation, there it is, Scam That Jew. Tom, you could chime in at any time as well. If you have a good scam, because you work on the inside of a restaurant, so you might be able to figure out a way that people get away with shit.
Yeah.
That's the way.
Sending food back.
That's the best way. So
You ever pluck a lock and put if I'm in your restaurant, can I take some of my hair out and just throw it on the burrito? 3/4 into eating it, and then will you take it back?
You got to be a little more original than that.
Okay.
See, everybody does that.
What about if it's pubic hair?
Harrington sent me a
story
that was really interesting that inspired this week's Scam That Jew. It was a guy, I think this is in England, and this would work. And another one was sent in recently. No, I'm sorry. Paul Verzi told us one that was very similar. But this guy was arrested in England because
The guy was arrested in England.
He was arrested. Let me tell you how to...
Let me tell you, I was doing
down.
it. I was there with Bill Burr. And then the guy said, do you do a podcast? I said, I do a podcast. And then he got arrested in England. And then we performed for a stadium of 8 billion people.
And at the end of the day, I just realized, I love my kids.
I just performed for...
There was about, and I'm not going to exaggerate. You know me, I don't exaggerate. About 30 billion people in the stadium. All right, go on. So what happened?
But then the look in my daughter's eyes made it all worth it.
So this guy in England, he would dress up in a suit.
Hello.
This is
I'm in a suit, love. That was the scam.
And he would show up at KFC, and he would act like he was from corporate, and he has to do like a food inspection,
I'm doing this
service
tomorrow.
dude. And he would show up and just get buckets of chicken and be like, "Yeah, I got to take these back to headquarters."
Did you say this was England?
Yeah, I think so.
I think you're on the wrong continent.
What do you
mean?
Look at the university. They showed the name of the university. Doesn't sound English. KwaZulu Natal.
Oh, every restaurant's KFC there. It's like Starbucks in Africa.
I am from corporate. I must try all of the chicken. Okay.
I am the inspector now.
No, so I get it was Africa. I'm sorry. Yeah, Harrington. What?
This guy was actually balling. He would have his friend drive up in a limo, and he would get out in a suit, and then immediately walk into the back and start, checking things off, and then just take all the chicken.
I love this. All of this to just get chicken. Like literally, how expensive could chicken be in Africa? Like,
So the scam is you rent a limo.
Yeah. Well, in Africa, I feel like they live in limos part time, probably like some old broken down limo. That is like, we could drive this over to the KFC and get dinner for our whole village. It's sadder because it's in Africa, and also I feel like they also probably have specific menu items. You do that. You
I
go
bet
to,
they're good.
You go to Canada, and it'll have poutine on the McDonald's menu.
I bet South Africa's got some probably interesting,
just fried
snake,
women clits.
I must try the fried clits. I am here from corporate. Please give me all of the fried clits to try.
Let's.
These bananas are very dirty.
These are the dirtiest bananas I've ever seen.
Dirty banana clits.
What type of person would have
That's
a
your
banana
next
that is so
album title,
dirty?
Dirty Banana
Possibly
Clits.
someone that had a bong hip transplant. That is not funny in any language you say.
My wife just had an operation. She's only eating certain things. I'm like, this guy's wife just had an operation. What does she have, a clitorectomy?
That's great. I know the punchline. It makes me laugh every time.
What, did you chop off her clit?
You fucking dumb bitch with her big old clit.
You have a clitor. All right.
It's like a big toe hanging off her pussy. Chop it off. Whoosh.
That guy in the scam was actually the guy who wrote the joke for me, so that's why I feel ripped off.
Fair enough.
Is there a phone call? Okay, fine. We'll do another phone call before we finish our scam that you. Go ahead, go. What? Harrington, what? He's on? I hate you. Realize Podcast, you're on the air. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, can you hear me?
What up, son?
Sup, doggy?
Sup,
want to ask if Tom Meyers has any crypto Nazi followers.
All right, sweet thing. Good question.
Can you define crypto Nazi?
Like they're fans of Tales from the Crypt, and they're also in the Hitler Youth part-time. Is that what he means?
That's just me. Dude. You're talking about me.
That was actually a good joke. Tom actually
Maybe,
nailed the fucking solid
but
joke.
the guy who called earlier talking about 109 clubs he was kicked out of was referring, Jews kicked out of 109 countries, stuff like that. You see a lot of that in the CumTown fans. I wonder if Tom Myers had something like that.
Okay. Yeah, dude.
I totally missed that. That was
what was the question?
I literally thought Tom was kicked out of 109 clubs.
I don't even know what happened. I had no idea what was going on there, but I like the fact that they are engaged.
And engaged.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. So, Tom, whatever his question was, go ahead.
The Holocaust, Tom. Yes or no?
Time for another good idea, bad idea, Tom. What do we think?
That was the original scam.
Getting kicked out of 109 clubs, bad idea.
Okay.
109 countries. I get it. Interesting. I should have thought that.
Crypto Nazis. Oh, I get it.
I get
the
it
Jews
now.
were kicked out of 109
Gotcha.
countries.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then he just admitted that he's been kicked out of a bunch of clubs for no reason.
Right. He just came out with that. He's like, 5 clubs have told me to leave.
Also, I'm very bad at crowd work.
He's like, 5 clubs have said not to come back.
They didn't even know that. They had no
He's
idea.
like, and that's not a Talmudic conspiracy. It's literally just 5 managers said, don't ever show your
there
face.
are 7 clubs in the greater Baltimore area.
To Zanies, we will call the police.
That is one of the funniest things I've ever heard. All right, let's get these scams before we wrap this one up, Shannon. Give me 3 good ones. 3 fucking solid scams. I want to give away a t-shirt today.
All right, I'm really trying here. This one's from Patrick. This is a little scam. I work at Whole Foods, and we have a policy that we can sample items to customers for free if the item is less than $20. Sorry. So people can try a product, good customer service, whatever. At my store, all we do is mark a line through the barcode and sign our name. Sometimes I write sample on the item too. So the scam is, instead of Lewis putting a naked juice under his arm, just take a Sharpie, put a line through the barcode, and scribble the name of a random employee. At the checkout, the item shouldn't ring up, and if the cashier does see the signature, they'll void the item and give it to you for free, especially at a big Whole Foods like the one in New York City.
So in what case would they be voiding out a customer's
Because
thing?
it seems as if it was given to them by an employee. Because employees can put a line through something to give to a customer.
I feel like that's a big risk. I don't think that's going to work. I feel like you get a lazy employee, fine, that'll work. But I feel like that's going to have probably a 50% success ratio at best. Don't love it.
You are in a pedantic mood today. You know that?
Don't you use words I don't know what they are. Shannon.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Ready? Okay, this is
not a good scam.
This is from Mike.
It's bad.
I heard a scam on the show recently about creating a gift registry and trying to get a few free items from this store. And I have one that's more guaranteed to work. My fiance and I are getting married in August, and we have a gift registry with Bed Bath & Beyond. It's free to set up registry, and they have an option for you to buy any of the items that weren't purchased by guests for 20% off after the date of the event.
Ooh.
So an easy scam is to make the registry for a fake event, set the event a few days away so you don't have to wait a long time. Then once the date comes, you get 20% off whatever
Automatically,
you want.
off of everything.
Yep.
Ooh, that's a fucking good scam right there. That is saving $1 for every $5. You got to forget the 20% off doesn't sound great until you start to break it down to dollars and cents. You know?
So what was this again? It was...
So you with Bed Bath & Beyond, their registry is whatever isn't purchased off your registry by friends and family members, they will offer it to you for 20% off after the event's over.
Not a bad move, but it's a very specific group of people. It's got to be people getting married.
No.
Oh, no?
You can just say you're getting married.
Good point.
So when you do your big, like I just did a big Target fucking shopping trip, like a fucking loser.
Why?
Groceries.
No, I don't do groceries at Target. I do like household goods. So it'll be like shaving cream and razors and fucking garbage bags. And
I
this is
use
Target.
Dollar Shave Club.
Do you?
You should.
Yeah.
Super cheap.
They're not my sponsors anymore. I don't fucking use people. I will not use products unless they're my sponsors. I would rather go to the big. I'd give it to the man instead.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's not a bad scam. I liked it. It's not bad. Shannon, give me another one. Give me something else.
Here's the last one. Maybe not great. This is from James. So my scam is a family-friendly scam, Disneyland scam. Download the Disney.
This is for my son.
Download the Disney app.
Try to get 2 Disney trips for free. Have your mom start dating a black guy.
At Epcot.
Yeah, go ahead.
Download the Disney app while at the park.
I'm going to Disneyland, by the way, Disney World, July 4th weekend with my son for the first time. And I'm also doing another vacation like 2 weeks before that.
So it's going to be a very crowded weekend.
It's going to be crazy. Go ahead.
While at the park, the app will tell you every time a ride is broken down. Make a note of the time. Once the ride comes back into action, you just go to the attendant and say, I was in line, insert time o'clock when it broke down. And the person working in line said if I come back later, I could jump to the front of the line. Disney staff turns over so often during the day, they will always let you through.
I don't believe that.
It says not every ride breaks down.
That's not true.
But a lot of rides break down. You can repeat the scam.
That will not.
It's a terrible scam. It's also who cares.
Yeah,
that's
who
your
cares?
fucking scam.
Dude, they will not let you. I
So you
guarantee
can
they
go
won't let
on
you do
2
that.
rides for the entire week that happen to break
Right.
down. You
The
get
big rides don't really break. I don't
fast
think.
pass
Maybe
for
I'm
2
wrong.
shitty fucking rides. Suck a dick. That guy wants to stop listening to the show.
Yeah.
He's no longer allowed
Plus,
to be my
you have to pay to get into Disneyland, so
Yeah.
which is an exorbitant amount. So you're not really saving. The point of this
If you had
segment
a
is to save
child,
money.
Tom, do you ever want to have a child?
I can barely take care of a plant, so no, I would not. If I can't take care of a plant, then no, I would not want to take care of a younger version of me.
I don't understand though. But the plant and a child are different.
The plant doesn't need as much care and
the
attention.
child needs more care.
The
than the
child
plant.
needs more
So
care.
it'd be
yeah.
harder.
What about like, have you ever thought maybe getting an egg, like in high school, where they have you take care of an egg for a couple weeks to see if you wouldn't break the egg, and then
I would probably get hungry and then scramble the damn thing after.
so you shouldn't have a child,
Right, I shouldn't.
Yeah, I understand.
No
We're
more
finding out a lot
calls?
about Tom Myers. No, we're good. We'll wrap this one up. We got to do Legion of Skanks next.
Is there a winner? Do you want that guy to win?
Yeah, I guess give it to the 20% guy. You have to give it to somebody, right? Sometimes
Somebody's got to get it.
Yeah,
Okay,
that was a good
his
scam.
name's
The 20% off of an entire order at Bed Bath Beyond. If you're purchasing, things for your household, you're purchasing a new.
Yeah, if
fucking,
you move into a new house, new apartment.
Yeah,
you
it's
just
a
schedule
really-
a wedding for right before it.
Yeah, it's fucking incredible. That's
Also,
a good scam.
Harrington's saying he has 2 calls with scams.
2 calls with scams.
Yeah, let's do
All right,
that.
Good, go. Calls with scams, and then we'll wrap this one up. Good. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Put them through. Harrington now. Put them through. Put them through. I hate him.
He's retarded.
What, Harrington? What?
Embarrassing us in front of Tom Myers.
What's your name? Where are you calling from? There he is. Hello.
Hey.
What's up, doggy?
Well, what's good, dog?
Good. What's your scam, buddy?
All right, so what you do is you got to order ahead from Panera, and then after you get your meal, you save your receipt, and then just call the complaint hotline and say that they forgot to. They'll mail you a coupon for a free meal, no problem.
You forgot the what?
You order ahead from Panera,
and you say they forgot.
Yeah,
the
like
what?
from Panera. Oh, so like you order a salad with chicken, and just tell them that they forgot the chicken when you got home.
So
Yeah.
if you
And for a
get
free
if you
meal.
get head in Panera, I don't understand what this caller's saying.
You got it. You got it. No, that
You
was
got
right.
it, Tom.
Oh,
That's
okay,
what it is.
yeah.
So I get it. So yeah, Panera Bread, basically, if you call corporate and say, hey, they fucked up my order, their policy is just send this guy a coupon, no questions asked. They're not going to go and check it out. That's not
Yeah.
bad.
It's not bad. We got to
That's not
think.
bad. That's
Yeah,
not
they
a
don't,
winner.
they don't even think
bigger.
twice.
We got to think bigger.
Yeah, but in that case,
What
in
if I
that
go
case-
to Panera and put a gun in a woman's mouth who's working behind the register and say, "Give me your fucking," we got to think bigger.
Yeah. What about could you technically just go to Panera, grab any receipt, and then call, and then just start a chain of free lunch? And then every time you go in, grab another receipt off the floor out of the garbage, and just have free lunch at Panera Bread, 2 or 3 times a week. That's a fucking you're getting a little bit. It's got to add up. All right, thank you for the call.
Oh shit, that's solid.
I know. See, I'm making it better. I'm making it better by the minute. That's what I
Thank
do.
you.
We have another caller with another scam.
I love that Lewis heard that scam and went, how can I also go through the garbage?
Is there another scam? Is that what it is? Because we got to wrap this one up. I got another show coming in. Do you think I'm lying about this? Son of a bitches.
He's grabbing it.
God, I hate Harrington. I was supposed to be in charge of the sound effects today too, and let me not even get into it. Go ahead, go. What's up, dude? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Lewis.
What up, bitch?
What's going on, man? So you said you're going to Orlando to Disney World soon, huh?
Yeah.
So are you driving or flying?
Flying. I'm not a fucking savage.
Yeah, fuck driving. But, if you come up to St. Augustine, I can help you scam that Jew. I have an entire list of the attractions here in St. Augustine.
What?
If you want to come up, I can get you into all of them for free.
What's an
that
attraction?
Jew, man. I got you.
What's an attraction in St. Augustine?
An attraction, dog. We're the oldest town in
There's
the
a retarded woman that'll call you the N-word.
About history, bro. Come on.
This
Sir,
guy's
have you ever
selling you on a trip to St. Augustine? That's
Sir,
a scam.
have you ever looked at a map of Florida? St. Augustine up here.
No, I've never lived
Orlando
in the state of Florida.
down
I
there.
have no idea what it looks
Dude,
like.
Tom Meyers just took a shit in your
dude.
mouth.
How did that feel?
How did that feel?
How are you gonna ever be able to fuck your girlfriend again after Tom Meyers just smashed you down like a fucking?
Every time you're fucking her, Tom Meyers is really fucking.
Dude, you're gonna need to get an asshole transplant.
I'm from Maryland, so I'd be honored if Tom Myers smashed my girlfriend.
Dude, would you fuck this guy's girlfriend? You haven't fucked since
Tom.
2012, Tom. He will let you fuck his girlfriend.
This is pretty hot.
Actually, your girlfriend told me that you were getting ready to call in, and so she asked me to mess with you.
Oh, he knows your shit.
End the show. It's too big of a laugh. We can't end it.
Oh, Tom, don't end the show, bro. I just got on. Come on.
Would you seriously let Tom have sex with your girlfriend?
She just cheated on me, so yeah, definitely. And honestly, I was gonna ask Tom.
How do you think she told me about that he was calling in?
Oh!
Who did she cheat on you with?
A large black man.
No.
Who has a bigger penis than me.
No, she cheated on you with a black guy.
Zach already hates this
dude.
guy now.
Oh, I would
How
kill
big
myself.
are you? How
Oh,
many
it
inches are
hurts.
you?
But it's not even me, and it hurts.
How big is your penis?
I'm a casual 6, man.
Okay, but the black guy had a lot better.
No, dude. Honestly, apparently he was a casual 6 too. I was there watching.
Oh, so you're
He's being cucked. I got it.
We got it.
All right,
Very
dude. Thank
funny.
you for calling, my brother.
No,
You're the
I
best.
wasn't there watching. I'm ashamed. But that being said, now that I hear Tom Myers is a massive 6'3", I might have to jump in on that trend.
Hell yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
Tom Myers just built like a brick shit house. Well, you guys can't see it on camera because the camera takes away 30 or 40 pounds. They say
And muscle and and frame.
But he's fucking
enamel
like,
in your teeth.
doggy. This guy's a fucking built
Hair.
like a brick shit
Hey,
house.
Tommy boy.
Yes.
You're looking
Hello?
mighty fine, brother. You look better than Steve Buscemi, so you're killing it.
Oh hell yeah!
That's it, man. Thank you very much.
Also, yo,
that's
Lewis,
the best
if you come
compliment I've
down
had
to,
all week.
Come down to Florida. I'll be there, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate the call. Thank you so much for listening. All right, we got to wrap this one up.
He
It's
is
been a
going
great
down to
show.
Florida.
I
He
am
said it
going
like
down.
5 times already today. He is going
Fuck
down.
this guy, Tom. I'm with you, man. Fuck this guy. Guy fucking doesn't know how to call. Doesn't even know how to ask a fucking proper question. Doggy. Thank you so much, Tom Myers, for coming on the show.
No, thanks for having me on.
Very fucking hardcore, very badass, very real ass. You
Yeah.
just really gave it to Nick Mullen and Team CumTown.
Really swung his cock around.
Yeah, I like it. Well, you're welcome to come back on the show whenever you want to come in. I know you came in from Maryland specifically, but hopefully we'll be back on soon.
Where can people find you and your podcast, Politipod, and everything?
We have a SoundCloud page, and the link to Politipod is on tommyers.us.
Beautiful. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to the Real Ass Podcast. We will be back on Friday with another 2 white guests. Goodbye.
Say la vie, adios, good riddance, fuck you!
That's all, folks.